Hello, happy Crimson Tuesday. Blaholton, woo! Dave War. Yes, I know, it is Cooking Tuesday already. I know it's Crimson Tuesday already. Again! We're here again. Every week. Eating Wraith, good to see you. Let's show those EGA pixels who is boss. How about an EGA portrait of Tony Danza? Oh, you baked a loaf of bread today, Eating Wraith. What kind of bread? That's awesome. Yeah, we will be painting, but we're not going to be painting pixels tonight. We are going to be painting in Clip Studio Paint, but instead of gray, we are doing color. We're painting in color, which is actually not that bad. It should feel harder, but it almost feels easier, which is kind of nice, but we'll do that. I'll show you what I'm working on for Hollow Heart, which I think the name will get changed. But I haven't brainstormed up very many other names for that. But I'm not sure what they're going to go with for now, but the name will change. Yes, Dave, yeah, I do the same thing. I double the recommended garlic. I use way more garlic on all recipes as well. Judge Khan, good to see you. Welcome back. Yes. Happy Crimson Tuesday, or Happy Quensday. Crimson Quensday, as it's known where you are. Camulest, good to see you. Bonjour. Yes, the Adventure Game family is partially here, and it's always nice to see you guys. Yeah. Oh, no need bread. You threw in rosemary, sage, basil, and mozzarella cheese. Eating Wait says, fairly dark, hope it tastes good. That's amazing. I like a cheesy bread. Okay, so let's see what we have today. Dev update. No update. I haven't worked on the game for a bit. I've been working on other stuff, which is not uncommon here. But hopefully there'll be something that's going to be announced. What day is today? Okay, it's going to be announced I think in a couple of weeks' time. Something coming out that I worked on or I did, and so I'll be sharing that with you guys when I can. Bill Kuhn, good to see you. Good evening. As always. Oh wow, Dave, 2 tablespoons chili garlic sauce, 2 tablespoons black bean garlic, and 8 garlic choves. Whoa! Foggish Green, good to see you. Another Crimson, another Tuesday. Yes, cheesy garlic bread is this. I agree. Cheesy garlic bread is the superior garlic bread. Super deadly, but it's wonderful. And I don't think I've had it for a long time, but it is amazing. Jim Plays Games, happy Crimson Tuesday. Yeah, so been working on other stuff. I actually, on Sunday night, I stayed up I think about 23 hours altogether, like consecutively, which is not a good idea ever. But I had a deadline for something, and so I finished that. And now the past few days have been just feeling a little flu-like, even though I know it's not the flu. It's just, that's what happens when you stay up for almost a whole 24 hours altogether. It's not good for you. Don't recommend, but sometimes, deadlines, etc. Arabello, good evening. Happy Crimson Tuesday to you. Welcome to chat. I don't know if I recognize your name, and my iPod doesn't show you as a new person. Or not, but you kind of look familiar. Oh, Bilkin says, Ken Williams made a blog entry a couple days ago reflecting on how much the game-making industry has changed since 1990. Few people are as qualified as him to talk about it. It's kind of interesting to see so many old devs coming back. Well, I mean, not old as an age old, but people who were developing back in the late 80s, early 90s and have all that experience from those times, and how it has changed a lot. And even in the past, 5-10 years, it's changed a lot, even. Okay, oh, Ravella, good. Oh, you were here during the last stream. Okay, so yes, you are a familiar face. Welcome back. Good to see you. Yeah, eating with, when you are no longer 17 and try to stay up for a day straight. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, so that was Sunday night into morning. And I went to bed at 8 o'clock in the morning or something. And now I'm just, I'm strangely tired a lot. Even though it's now Tuesday. And hoping by the end of the week things go back to normal. But I know what I did. I know why I feel this way. So we'll see. We will see how far we get today. If I start losing steam, I was going to say running out of gas or losing steam. That's why I paused there. I almost said running out of steam or losing gas. Whichever one was incorrect, I was going to say that. But yeah, if I start losing steam, then we might end early, because I have been feeling a little bit more tired than usual. Dave, good to see you. Deluxe Tusk, good to see you as well. Mouse Miss, welcome back. Always good to see you, Mouse Miss. Mouse Miss, you're so good about telling me when the mic is off or I haven't changed my scene, things like that. I really appreciate it. And helping me through the catacombs last stream. Yeah, Dan was not able to make it this week. Hopefully next week we shall see. Ah. Oh, cool, Bilkun. So you're doing not really vintage streaming. I mean, vintage computer project, inspecting a monster gaming PC to refit for use in your church's live video streaming. Oh, that's so cool that if you can repurpose stuff like that, it's the best. So best wishes to you on that. Yeah, if I'm a bit brain not working so well, if you can tell maybe if I'm a bit slower on the chat and putting sentences together, then now you know why. I tried to do a kind of an all-nighter and one night, and I'm still dealing with that now. But it's okay. It's okay. At least we can start streaming gas. Okay, you can you can run out of gas or steam, I guess. But losing steam, oh yeah, losing steam is the term, right? Not losing gas. Oh, Eating Wraith, you finished reading Howard Scott Warshaw's book Once Upon Atari. Time working at Atari in the early 80s. Oh my gosh, yeah, so grueling marathons to get a game done, so I guess crunch, yeah, that's always been a thing. Some things don't change. Oh, Judge Khan, you remember staying up till 3 a.m. every weekend? Now you go to bed at 9 p.m. It didn't even take too long for that to change. I still stay up until 3 a.m. To me, that's kind of my standard go to bed time. But 8 a.m., not good. That's not a good time to go to sleep. It's not a good time to go to sleep when you're getting, the sun slowly rising and you hear the birds chirping. I had way too many of those when I was in school, and I try to avoid that these days. But like I said, sometimes just gotta do it. Although the trade-off, of course, is brain stop working, and then you end up making mistakes. Like I had a Photoshop file that was in layers, and I saved a PNG, so I copied, merged, and I pasted into a new document to save as a PNG. Then I accidentally saved over my working file, and I did it both on my desktop and on my Google Drive version of it as well. So thankfully, Google Drive has version control, so I was able to dial back to the version where I hadn't crunched all the layers down into a single layer. I was about to send the file off, and I realized that the file was half the size it should have been. And when I checked, I'm like, oh gosh, I totally flattened everything out, and I wasn't supposed to. And that would have been 2 hours lost of work, if not for Google Drive and having that version control saved my butt. But yeah, that's when I knew, like, even though I felt like I could still have worked on it here and there, I'm like, I can't do it anymore because I will destroy something, so that was the stop time for me. Eating with allergies for the past few weeks. Yeah, this is the season, isn't it? I used to get hay fever, although I don't know if I've gotten it this year, but maybe I just stay inside way too much nowadays. The past few days have been brutal. Eating with says, I get really tired. One night my entire face hurt. Breathing felt like inhaling fire. Yeah. It's funny because I remember Dan talking about having hay fever as well. But it's not a funny thing. I definitely remember having it, especially when I used to play outdoor soccer. I would take hay fever medication for that. Just a Jeffy, good to see you. Is anyone starting Adventure Jam this Friday? I am not. I've never done one. I'm not about to start. These past few weeks have been a bit tough. Slide Studio, good to see you, by the way. Wow, Judge Khan, you get up to work at 5 a.m. So 3 a.m. sleep. Yeah, that would not be good. Oh, Ambersine, thanks for the resub. Amazing, good to see you, by the way. Reworking, welcome to chat. I feel like you might be a new one, so welcome. If you're not, I'm sorry, because I like to try to pride myself on remembering these things, but like I said, brain not working so good today. It's particularly today, so... Oh my gosh, the best part about all-nighters is getting to watch the sunrise. Oh, Pepsi Otaku! Oh, you changed your Twitch name, gotcha. Okay, Pepsi Otaku, gotcha. Welcome back. Yeah, I've definitely seen more sunrises than sunsets. And I'm awake during sunsets, but I don't tend to be watching for it. Judith Butler's Love Herb. Good to see you. I forgot I had to submit an assignment by 9 tomorrow. I remember it at midnight and didn't even try to lie to myself that I would get up at 6 a.m. So hello everyone. Yeah, when, people sometimes say, oh, why don't you just wake up, have some sleep, wake up, earlier, and then finish it off in in 3 or 4 hours. And I just don't trust myself to get up, to actually wake up. Like, what if I sleep through that deadline? So I will just stay up until it's finished. Because yeah, like, there's no way I'm gonna get up after getting to sleep. Yes. So Edith, yes. Also, you work in Git? Yeah, I've not worked in Git. I've been told that I'm going to learn a bit of that potentially, but I don't know that that's going to happen for this project that I'm currently working on. Yeah, Dave, you're terrified of saving over masters like that. Yes, you did it once. You realized you still had your undo stack. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I panicked a little bit because I was getting to the punchy part where you just are basically impaired. Like, it's almost, they say that, if at a certain level of sleep deprivation, it's basically like you're drunk. Um, and it's hard to even notice that unless, like, yeah, I made this big mistake completely. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I gotta hand my keys in, you know? Um, it is terrifying. Jim plays games. That's your secret, Cap. You're always tired. Pascal Leroux, welcome back. More sunsets than sunrises. I mean, I'm awake for, like I said, I'm awake for them, but I don't watch the incoming sunset with the same sense of dread that the sunrises get. Or you know what I mean, if I said that wrong. Kimmy lets you say, oh, you can't remember everyone. It's pretty amazing. You can remember the number of people that you do. I have brain meat envy. Don't. I don't remember important stuff like most things, but like I said, I remember song lyrics of songs that I learned, when I was in elementary school. That's useless. Yeah, like commercial jingles and things like that. Why? Why? Somebody thinks it's important in my brain, and it's not me. Arabella asks, apologies if this has already been asked before, but is the Crimson Diamond the first adventure game you're making? Yes. The Crimson Diamond is the first adventure game I'm making. All kind of my own stuff. I mean, I've kind of participated in the production of other games since then, like since working on the Crimson Diamond. But yeah, the Crimson Diamond is the first one I'm making kind of all my own, and not just the art. Because most of the projects I work on art stuff because that's kind of where I'm most comfortable, and like that's where I got my training. I went to school for art in college, so yeah, it is. Deluxe text. If I don't get enough sleep, yeah, I totally hallucinate. Yeah, I've heard about that. I think maybe I've experienced a little bit of that during, if there's been like extended period of maybe not getting sleep or 1 or 2 hours here or there, where it's stuff will be happening in my peripheral vision, I think, and it's not actually there. Mm. So let's get on to well, Nightbot just reminded me. Let's get on to show and tell, and it has the links to the Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator Premium Physical Edition. I don't know if the pre-orders are still available. I assume so. They'll be shipping in the fall. And there's also a separate pre-order for the soundtrack on these vinyls, like green and pink vinyls. And yeah, this art stuff, like not the key art, and so not the eyeball on the mountain of money, but the pixel art stuff that is in the physical edition, the stuff that I did. So we got the holographic sticker and the poster and that kind of a thing. So that hopefully that's still available through Serenity Forge through those links. Oh, that's another thing I noticed, Judith Butler's Lover. I did notice I was hungrier, so you crave carbs when you don't get enough sleep. I think like staying up all night is probably burns a fair amount of calories too. So I have noticed I've been a little bit hungrier than usual, potentially. And even when it says try hallucinating and do calculus, yeah, I find that sometimes when I'm like feverish, I'll start hallucinating like I'm trying to do math problems and like I can't do them, and my brain is frustrating itself. It's not a comfortable feeling. Davor asks, are there any practices or features that tend to stand out to you between folks who have and who haven't done formal art school? I would say, I mean, you often can't tell when someone's gotten art training in school or just not like self-taught. But I think, well, at least my experience has been when I did art school, there's a certain foundational art education that you'll receive. I don't know, it could have changed. It's been a while for me, but you do certain basic exercises in breaking down form, and then just doing a lot of like life drawing with a live model. That's actually come to think of it. If I had to come up with the one thing that I would stand out to me most versus having like a formal art education versus like self-taught would be the experience with live models, like drawing from life, like live live human beings, like naked human beings, because it's super educational. And like if you didn't go to art school, you can still get that experience. Like there are places that have like life drawing sessions you can get into, hopefully. But it's like a difficult thing to have access to, is have like professional models who will stand still and do dynamic poses, for 30 seconds, a minute, 20 minutes, an hour, so you can like really concentrate on anatomy and movement and all that good stuff. And yeah, when I went to school, I think I've mentioned this before, when I went to school, I had 3 hours of life drawing class where we did life drawing, and then they had on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, they had life drawing sessions. So if you were a student, you could just show up and go to, you didn't have to pay extra for that. So there was a time I was doing 9 hours of life drawing, probably for 3 years. So 9 hours a week for 3 years. So that type of a thing, that type of intensive training, and also the access to those live models was something probably, you're not going to get as someone who is self-taught. But there are tons of amazing self-taught artists who, there are ways to get these things. But when you're a student at a school, it's so much easier to get that particular type of training. Yeah, Chad Shakespeare. Tika, good to see you, fellow Canadian. Yeah, left drawing, Foggy Screen agrees, left drawing is grand, have been drawn and have drawn. Yeah, Dave, or it's possible. I mean, if you're in a bigger city, and it's like a college or university town with an arts program, there's a possibility that you'll have that, or if you have like a standalone art school, maybe you'll have access to that as well. But, the moving human body, my teacher would say, is the most difficult thing to draw. Because, we all have an idea of what a human body looks like, but human bodies have all types of shapes and sizes and ways of movement, and the anatomy underneath that. We had to like label the muscles and the bones and stuff, and just being able to understand what's going on underneath people's skin, what the bones are doing, all that stuff, was super valuable. If you're drawing people, I mean, even if you're not drawing people, that foundation is really good. And of course, it's always good to keep that up. I haven't kept it up at all, especially in COVID times, but even before that, I haven't kept it up. But it's a really excellent skill to have, that type of observation and sense of what bodies do and how they move through space. Dave, the 30-second gestures. I mean, maybe at some point, I think I did show on a stream maybe ages ago some of my life drawing stuff. But yeah, to loosen up, you'd be making these, big movements, relax, like, you don't want to be too tight to do too much detail. Like the whole thing about doing a gesture, which is what a short pose of life drawing is to capture, like, the movement and where the weight is on the person, and where where's their weight resting on, or like, are they on both feet, or are they, angling their hips or their shoulders, all that type of stuff. So yeah, I used to really like doing the short stuff, but like when it went to like longer than 20 minutes or 30 minutes, I would just overwork stuff, and I didn't like the effects too much of that, but I loved capturing the movement. JBL says some people don't go to art school but do an intense course at a professional atelier. Is that a thing? I don't know what that is actually, JBL. Yeah, Hunter1043 says, I've been resistant to life drawing because drawing what you see strikes me as boring. I could do that when I was 6, although I do understand why it would help you. Yeah, I think starting off from observation is super valuable. Even if, you don't necessarily draw realistically. I don't think I draw realistically, but I've been told that I do. But yeah, observation is one of the cornerstones of learning how to draw. and then from there, you can go and start inventing your own things, or even stylizing or coming up with ways to stylize form and light. Of course, everyone talks about Picasso and Van Gogh and how they were really good technical, observant illustrators and artists, but then they could choose how they were going to abstract from that strong foundation of natural drawing, and it would have been impossible for them to do what they did later on in their careers if they didn't have that training early on. It wouldn't be grounded in something real, even though their stuff is completely fantastical. Still death sketches. And budget art school, you only do dead drawings. Okay, got it. Class held in a morgue. No, we did actually go. We went once to one of the universities, and we did like not a lot of observation of like a dead body, but we had a bit of that. But it's like a super dead body, like super dry and hard. But it was still super instructive stuff. It's all good, living or dead. Pascal LaRue says, I hear a lot of concerns about hands. Yeah, hands are tricky. Like, there's so many joints going on, and they taper, and the way they're spaced, and they're so flexible. They can do so many things. Hands are tricky, and they're so expressive. That's another thing that is really good if you're doing drawing a figure. Like, what the hands are doing is super key, because that's how we interact with our world a lot of the time. I see, Dave. Well, yeah. So one exercise recently was 5 minutes for drawing, then again 3 minutes, 60 seconds, 30 seconds, 10 seconds. Yeah, we've done like 10-second, 5-second gestures, all that type of a thing. All right, I'm just going to change this so you're not looking at the same thing. And I'm going to catch up on a bit of chat, and then we're going to get into it. This is something else I wanted to mention. So this is Witch Stranding, that it will be published by Modern Wolf. I did some of the artwork here, so you can see like the little red skulls. Kind of under the word black tree. I did those, and some other of the pixel art here. These berries for Berry Patch I did as well. This will be releasing in 2022 sometime, and this is another project from Strange Scaffold and Xavier Nelson Jr. So that's something else that will be coming out. But it's a really cool little game. I can't really reveal too much about it, except like these shots which are on at the Steam store page, and it's available for wish listing at this point. But yeah, that's that. Eating Away says, this conversation reminds me of people with a formal BS computer science degree, bachelor's computer science degree, versus someone who goes through a boot camp or learns on their own, and the types of things one may or may not have learned. Granted, some of the more theoretical CS concepts are not overly interesting. Computer science concepts are not overly interesting. Yeah. What's also nice is that, yeah, you do get, we did oil, we didn't do oil, we did acrylic painting, we did watercolor painting, we painted with gouache. So we got exposed to like a lot of different mediums as well. So you don't specialize in anything in particular at that time. It's just a good exploration of that stuff, and like getting like how, there are techniques to painting that you can learn. Again, you can learn on your own, but it's always nice to have that hands-on classroom instruction. And also what's really helpful is you're not just seeing your own approach to those things, you get to see everything your classmates are doing. So you can like learn from how people are rendering a certain way, or their technique or whatever. So it's like that benefit of not learning in isolation necessarily. Of course, again, I think Judith Butler's mentioning what the atelier is. Like, it's not necessarily like if you're learning on your own, you're learning in isolation, but just being in that college or university environment, it's just so much easier to have that access. Yeah, Pascal LaRue says, doesn't having an established foundation set in reality allow one to play jazz creatively from that launch pad? Yeah, it's like when you know the rules, then you they're not hard and fast, of course, but you know how to break them in interesting ways, or that can be a conscious decision you're making. But yeah, I've said before, it's not necessary to go to art school. You don't need to go to art school to become a good artist. I found it extremely helpful, and I still have friends that I know to this day that we're all kind of interested in the same things. Like my friend Elia, I'm working on this game with. I met him in college, right? So there you meet people, and then they go off and do their own things, and sometimes maybe you can work with them, and if not, like you have these friends who share these common interests. So that's another great thing about university and college. Judith Butler's Lover says basically you go to an atelier, a professional artist and art teacher, and for a month, let's say in a small group, you draw or paint all day and get critiqued 24 hours a day. That is fantastic, Judith Butler's Lover. I wasn't really aware of those types of programs, but that does sound really amazing. And that's another thing about being in that environment, like that group environment, is giving and receiving critique is super valuable too, because in order to improve, it's good to have feedback. And of course, you can get feedback in other ways. You can get feedback online, especially because of the way social media is now. But in-person feedback is nice because people will probably be nicer to you than if it's anonymous. But yeah, that's another thing. And learning how to take in the feedback that you're getting and sort of take what you want to take from that feedback in terms of what you think will be useful to you, what you think might not be so useful. All those are skills. Those soft skills are also super valuable to learn. And yeah, I learned them in college. Also, we did learn some graphic design, which was really good for being able to design our own like business cards and websites and stuff. We did learn how to do a bit of website design stuff. That's how I can make my own website now. And so there were these peripheral skills that we also got taught. Also, we had business practices class, so we have like very, very, very basic knowledge in how to read contracts and what terms are favorable to us and what terms are not so favorable. So how to be a bit more careful with that type of a thing. So yeah, all that put together in one package, and you just show up to this place and they're just giving you this information. It's super convenient. Foggage Green says the atelier in my town is run by an old college art teacher. He teaches through a curriculum in his top floor studio. That sounds amazing, Foggage Green. I would love to do that again. Just to get a refresher on all these things. Nice. Oh, Jim Plays Games says hands in pixel art especially. Well, yeah. Reducing anything that has a lot of detail into pixel art is super challenging. Super challenging. And even if you don't have the restriction, drawing hands are still super challenging. Yes, anyways, yes. Confirmed for pixels. Witch Stranding does have pixels. Although, I look at when we get into Clip Studio Paint, you'll see that that's not necessarily pixel art. So, my first painted game. Witch Stranding, Massimo says, has Loop Hero vibes. Might be the shader. I don't know I don't know what Loop Hero looks like. Let me take a look. 1 second. Yes, and Blaholtz mentioned there's online courses for life drawing as well, and that's true because I know from my colleges, they set up remote life drawing, so they actually set up a model in the classroom, and then they had like a bunch of different camera angles and stuff. So that was really, really amazing that the teachers were able to improvise that type of a setup during COVID. But Loop Hero. Okay, let's look up what Loop Hero looks like. Oh, yes, I see what you're saying. Yes. Yeah, that does have a similar look, doesn't it? Cool. Oh, that's really pretty. Oh, there's something about crunchy pixel art. Oh my goodness, that's fantastic. Really, really like that. Yeah, and also Vimeo has videos as well, Blaholtzen. That's really, really cool. H.C. Willard, good to see you. Peevish Dave, welcome. Yeah, school helps you get better than yourself. Yeah, for me, like I said, but for some people, like that's not the environment for them, and maybe it's not conducive to what your schedule is like. So maybe you have other commitments, other responsibilities. But for me, I was a young kid with no responsibilities. I could just like really focus, and I had all these things at my disposal, and I really tried to take as much advantage of that as possible. Grindislav, happy Crimson Tuesday. Good to see you. Yeah, Blowholes, absolutely. Getting feedback from people who both know what they're talking about and who are good at giving constructive feedback. And also, having to sometimes maybe to listen to feedback that you don't think is right, or, you don't agree with or whatever. And that's also good because you can learn how to handle that as well. Grundislav, of course, is Francisco Gonzalez. Grundislav, are you streaming tomorrow for Wild West Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern? And if so, what will you be streaming? Oh, cool. Fox Green says, I think there's still a place in Spain running a large Zoom life drawing session on the regular. Life drawing Barcelona. I love hearing stuff like that. And it's something all my friends would say, oh, we really need to get back to life drawing. Okay, let's move into what we're going to be working on. We're not going to be working in... We're going to be working in Clip Studio Paint. Hold on. You're not going to see the thing yet. Don't worry about it. I just need to open some folders. And then I will tell you when you should be seeing something besides what you're seeing now. Okay. This... Oh, okay. Oh, Grinstuff will be skipping tomorrow. I've been getting a... Did you get jury duty, Grindislav? Okay, so no Wild West Wednesday tomorrow. Okay. I will be showing what I'm going to be showing. Okay, so now you should be seeing Clip Studio Paint. Tell me if you don't. Oh, cool. Dave, you'll be working on a more dynamic stream layout. It's, again, something else I need to work on. Okay, great. So... I've been working so far on Hollow Heart. I've been working on environments, and so this week I'm working on creating some monsters, some creatures that are going to inhabit these environments to be animated. All these things. Okay, we see mushrooms. Good. So the first concepts for this were the sentient mushrooms. These mushrooms don't move actually. They kind of stay kind of rooted to the spot, but they kind of will move and wiggle just in that one area. Oh, okay, you got out of jury duty, Grinchlow says. Okay, just have some stuff. Okay, yeah, of course. Just have some stuff going on. I'm not really in the mood to stream. Totally understand. Good luck with whatever you need to take care of. Oh, cool. For the Adventure Jam, are there going to be EGA Adventure streams, Davor? The creatures of the night that Judith Butler's lover hangs. I'm a creature of the night. Definitely. Okay, so yeah, these were some of the different... Basically, they look a lot like the environmental stuff I've already done, and so I wasn't sure if Ilya wanted something that looked like the environmental stuff that I've already done. But we decided... I actually started working on number 9 here, the one on the bottom, kind of looking the strawberry-looking mushrooms. Oh, nice, Dave. Are you planning on doing that again? That's great. I don't know, maybe sometime this weekend I can poke my head in. So this was the first set. The second set were red cap mushrooms. So these mushrooms move around and then they spawn other mushrooms. And so the first one here, upper left, is just, it's kind of like, yeah, it's got everything's a mushroom. Mushroom legs, mushroom like weird antennae. And the idea for this one, if you follow the arrow, is that it would poop, and then the poop would spawn more mushrooms. That was the idea that I had for this one. In the top right, we have another strawberry-looking mushroom, and I kind of wanted it to look like it moves around like the purple and green tentacle from Day of the Tentacle, so it would kind of like jump and make that toilet plunger sound. And then, it would kind of ooze a puddle. It would, come back down and ooze a puddle. And then out of the puddle would spawn like little more strawberry mushrooms. The third concept was this one that's spraying out, and mushrooms and spores will do this, where you can see kind of like high-speed cameras where it's in every single hay fever. Speaking of hay fever, every single allergy hay fever commercial, you'll see like pollen or spores being just sprayed into the air. So I kind of had this idea of like a wormy thing with a mushroom, and the pollen or its spores get kind of like puffed out. Yes, frog fingers kind of look like the way mold spins. Yes, dual names. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Yeah, Judge Con. Yeah, the sound effect for those the green and purple tentacles and Day of the Tentacle is sklorp. Sklorp. Yeah, so I had that for the upper right here. Sklorp. Yes, gross vibes. Definitely gross vibes. Along the bottom, we have these look very much like mushrooms, but I kind of wanted them to look like those masses of worms that are just really gross, and they're all kind of all twisted up into each other. But it would be like that. Except they've got a mushroom head, and they would kind of inch away and just stand out on their own type of a thing. So that was that. That was that set of concepts. And the third set of concepts was these infested crab concepts. And so this one was this idea of, you know, how we've got these some parasitism examples in Mother Nature. In nature, where you'll have wasps getting infected by spores that take over their brains, and it's really disturbing. So this is that same idea of extended to crab life forms. And so the first one is just this idea of the top left is a crab with, and also like eyeballs are supposed to be coming out of here too. So it's like a parasitic fungal infection that needs eyes to see a lot. So there's a lot of eyes coming out of these things. Fast Color says, I don't know, I'm getting a fun guy vibe from these, not gross vibes. I guess dual names, eye makeup. Yeah, this is, I'm glad you like the eye makeup. This is my Pat McGrath Celestial Mothership. I think it's called Pat McGrath Celestial Mothership. It's a palette of really, really beautiful eyeshadows that I bought, and it was expensive, but it's gonna last me forever, and I'll never need to buy any more eyeshadow. And it was my first kind of high-end eyeshadow purchase, and it was totally worth it. The colors, like, it's called the Payoff. Like, it's very, very intensely pigmented. And there's some speaking of dual name, there's some duochrome effect eyeshadows in it as well that are fantastic. So I'm glad that you like it, because I did treat myself. Yes, JudgeCon looks like Paris from Pokemon. Yeah, the top right one does look a lot like Paris from Pokemon. It's this idea of being like a hermit crab, except instead of being a hermit crab, you've got this giant mushroom that's kind of consuming the crab and like leaving a few of the legs out and its eye stalk so it can drag the mushroom around with it. Pascal Haro, this is like pure nightmare fuel. It looks like monsters from Monsters Incorporated. Yeah, so all these, these would all have that animation applied to them. Middle one here, middle left, is one that Ilya decides to go with, and I didn't even think about this when I first made this one, because I was looking at like weird crabs, which I think I might have just Googled to get this, but he thinks it looks like a muffin, like a weird muffin. So we're gonna go with this weird muffin infested crab. I wanted it to look like a puffy mushroom, but it does kind of look like a muffin. But yeah, so weird puffy mushroom muffin crab with a bunch of eyes. I'm gonna make the eyes kind of more droopy and like dolly-like type of thing happening with them to make it look a little bit more disturbing. Bottom right is, another different kind of crab. So these are all kind of different kinds of crabs as well that I tried to pick. And this is another pretty standard mushroom eyeball infection on this thing. Yes, Peevish Dave, the one in the middle is infested by the muffin mushroom of evil. Yeah, I was kind of thinking of those muffins with that have like stuff on them, like, or have fruit or something on them. There's something nice in here, so we're gonna figure something out for this as well. Yes, it was. Well, I wanted it to look puffy, but the cupcake muffin thing was completely accidental. Nice. Okay, JudgeCon. Let me see the Pokemon. Yes, yes, Paris. He's so cute. So is the Paris like the parasite? Is the mushroom the Paris? And then the rest of it just a poor crab that got caught by Paris? Or is the whole thing, is Paris the crab that happens to have like a hermit crab, where hermit crabs will use, like a tin can to live in or something like that? Forbidden cupcake. Yeah, so my first set of concepts, so this one, what I'm doing here, number 9, is the one I was working on already. This one is, what's nice is that in order to do the animations, I have to separate everything into all the different aspects of this into layers anyway, and I do that anyway when I'm drawing. So here is the sketch blown up a little bit, and so this was the concept that I was looking at, and I don't think these are real mushrooms. I think this was some computer generated alien mushroom thing, but I like the look of how they kind of are kind of nice and rounded at the top, and then they get kind of drippy at the bottom. So that's what I'm looking at for these. A parasect, the evolved form of Paris. Okay, parasect, Judge Khan says, is when the mushroom takes over the crab completely. Oh, that is creepy. Oh, Davor assumes that parasect is the combination of the two of the parasitic mushroom and the crab. So yeah, we decided against the hermit crab one because yeah, it does look like that Pokemon. And so yeah, we didn't go with that one. Wonder why mushrooms have dimpling, Pascal. I have no idea. Mushrooms are aliens, basically. These crabs work on the Flying Dutchman. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of where I've gotten with this so far, and everything is broken up into meticulous layers, and so that's what I've been working on right now. And yeah, just having a lot of fun playing with the colors and stuff for this. And I was really intimidated with this idea of doing the colors because if you guys remember from previous streams where I was working on Hollow Heart stuff, I was doing black and white painting stuff, so I can show you what that stuff was again. Increased surface area for spore production. Dave, well, that's a really good guess, and I think there might be something to that. But yeah, these were some of the environmental features I had come up with for the game, and so these were going to be lit later in Unity, and so they were painted in gray tones. And that was a really good reintroduction to me to painting, and an introduction for me into digital painting because I've never really done digital painting before. Like all my stuff is very like line drawing, like comic book drawing, which is like very flat line art filled with color, and then pixel art is very flat as well. So getting to do this type of a thing and just easing into it before I actually got into color was a really nice progression. But yeah, the color is not coming along too bad, but you can see I've got a bunch of different layers for this thing already. So I've got this front stock, and so in front of the front stock is going to be, yeah, I was working on this frontal cap area actually. And keeping in mind that Ilya said that this Hollow Heart environment is going to be bluish, so that kind of also informs me what colors I'd be using for the elements. That's Peevish Dave, that's amazing. You can make a mushroom very snob and shiny and call it Parasite Hilton. Oh dear. Oh dear. Eventually I will simplify these elements into fewer layers, but yeah, it just helps me so much to have everything on separate layers. I actually had a teacher, speaking of school, one of my illustration teachers would work like this, where he would paint, but then he'd paint and then he'd cut. It would be like collage. So he would paint some beautiful textures and stuff, and then he would cut them and apply them as shapes onto a piece of paper to create the illustrations. So I feel like this is very much the same kind of technique. Yeah, sorry. I won't. We don't ban for puns. You know, Peevish Dave, if we banned for puns, no one would be here. Like literally no one. I wouldn't be here because I've accidentally done a pun or two in my day. Oh, it's certainly not encouraged. Not that you guys need any encouragement. So the way this particular brush works is that you can see there's two colors, a foreground color and a background color. Actually, maybe you can't tell because my head might be in the way. Hold on. I don't actually know if my head's in the way, but yeah, you can see there are the two colors, and so the background and the foreground kind of will blend together in this nice way. And so when I need to change the color of it, I can shift these two colors over and then paint again, and then they kind of mix together in a kind of a nice way. Yes, exactly. Send Peevish Dave to the penitentiary, get thee to a punnery. It's, yeah, for some reason, I don't know what it is. I think adventure gamers are particularly vulnerable to liking puns. And I'm not sure why that is. I'm personally not a fan of them, but you know, like I'll enjoy one if it's, you know, bad enough. Pascal, really, I have not made this observation. Uh... Oh, Darevoy says puns are a draw to games for a lot of people and half the purpose of some games. Yeah, yeah, it's basically, it's fun with wordplay, eating with. You're right. Mm. I guess it's just I know how what I consider my sense of humor personally. I like wordplay though, I do, but I don't find wordplay funny. Yeah, Octotiggy, welcome by the way, welcome to chat. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Leave one monkey wrench as a puzzle solution. Suddenly adventure gamers see puns in everything. Saving recovery information. Recovery settings can be adjusted under preferences. Oh, that's interesting. That's never happened before. We'll just wait that one out. That's true, Dave. Well, yeah, writing is a lot of content in an adventure game, so I guess it makes sense to have puns. I don't even know the monkey wrench puzzle, you guys. Where's that one from? Joe's here for you. Good to see you. Yeah, adventure gamers have a lot of severe maladies that should not be encouraged, e.g. a love of adventure games. I will freely admit that the Crimson Diamond does have a few puns in it. Just a few. I have absolutely no excuse for that. So the other thing I do in my amazing array of layers is I have separate layers for shading. So you can see that for this particular mushroom here, I've added a shade underneath the cap on the stalk, and so I'll be doing the same thing here. It's way too much. Frontal cap shade. And what I'll do is I'll paint in here, and then I'll set the layer to darken. So this is it is a lot like Photoshop, except all the shortcuts are different. And it's kind of funny because I remember you know the other day we were talking about a tip for making it easier to work between Blender and Photoshop and Clip Studio Paint was to make all the shortcuts. Make all the shortcuts the same. But I talked to Ilya about this, and he said, well, what happens with that though is if you like look up tutorials and they use the keyboard shortcuts, then you won't be able to duplicate those tutorials. It's like, oh, that's a good point. I hadn't thought of that. Okay. Monkey Island 2 has the monkey wrench. Okay, you guys are... Oh, wow, you guys know way more than I do. And more text is the easiest way to patch your jam game. Oh, you know what? Yeah, because that one is the one I actually never... I don't think I ever played... played that myself, Monkey Island 2. Which I totally should. Ha! Maximus says... Monkey Wrench is Ron Gilbert's biggest regret, apparently, according to the latest interview. Oh my goodness. Pascal LaRue says, organically figuring out you can rip a cat's hair out in King's Quest 3 makes me wonder if adventure gamers have a dark sense of humor. I can totally see that. Frontal cap shade. Ooh, that's not dark enough. It's this dark. Oh, that is dark. Okay. Too dark. Oh man, painting. Painting! I'm not... I've said it before, I'm not a painter. I'm a drawer. Lucas, good to see you. Karimzan Katuz today. Good to see you. Oh, that's true, eating with. Yeah, so people mentioned the cat hair mustache puzzle in Gabriel Knight being also an example of puzzle design that might not be, anyone's favorite. But yeah, it's true. Like localization won't throw a monkey wrench into that as much as the monkey wrench puzzle would. So yeah. Hmm. Oh, Flucus. Oh, Flucus. Here's a fun fact I just learned. Did you know that before crowbars were invented, crows drank at home? Yes, eating with. I am using a stylus for this painting. I'm using my Wacom. That's how it's pronounced. That's how it's supposed to be pronounced. I'm using my Wacom stylus and my tablet. So I've got a Wacom. I've got a Wacom Mobile Studio Pro 16, and this is actually really nice because yeah, I actually get to use it in a way that it was intended, which is painting, right? Doing this type of painting, because it's laughably overpowered for my usual use case, which is pixel art. Like I can do pixel art on the iPad. I don't need to have this gorgeous machine, but I do, because I said, first of all, I got grant money, and I needed a new computer. So let's do that. And also, I hope one day to need to use a painting program and actually paint something. And lo and behold, here we are. Blending's not that great. Yeah, Pascal LaRue, I've always said Wacom versus Wacom, although apparently Wacom is a Japanese company, so yeah, they would pronounce it Wacom, I suppose. Yes, exactly. That's playing chiptunes and streaming and all that. So that's another reason to get this is I can stream my work as I'm doing it. Which is pretty, and it still kind of chugs here and there, but better than my Surface Pro 2 was for sure. And an added benefit is being able to play modern games. I mean, I don't, but I could. If I wanted to, I could. Farewell to Nova Scotia. Bilkun, Yacom, Wacom, and Dot. Wacom, and Dot, I suppose it would be. It's funny how I immediately read Yacom, like YA as Yacom, even though it should be Yacom. Jim Matt, you love the song? This is my favorite. Hands down, my absolute favorite. On all 6 hours of this MIDI, it is my favorite. So, you have good taste. Yes, Joe's here for you. I did notice Robot Space are starting a first playthrough of Colonel's Bequest. Yeah, and you know what? We rated Robot Spacer last week because of his start on that. I think, didn't we? And also, it's funny because Retrograde Tom was streaming the Colonel's Bequest on Sunday, and I actually I dropped in to see how he was doing with that. So it looks like a lot of people are enjoying it, which is wonderful. Blaholt, your Cintiq has been relegated to only being an extra screen 99% of the time. Oh my gosh. Oh, that poor thing. But I needed something portable as well, because for when I travel to events and I just travel in general, it's really handy for me to have this as a solution. Bilkun asks, "What model is my new computer?" Yeah, it's Bilkun. It is a Wacom Mobile Studio Pro 16, and it's a second generation one, I guess, because it came with like the kickstand that clips into the back. I think for the first generation one, you had to buy the kickstand for it separately, or the stand for it separately, and I think there's some modest hardware differences in it as well. Oh, good day, boy. Congratulations, Cooking Tuesdays to complete. Very nice. Oh, yeah, that's right, Eating Wave. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, I misremembered. You're totally right. Well, we did raid Robot Spacer last week. He was playing Playdate games. He was playing, what's it called? Like Demon Hunter 1986 or something? It was it was basically kind of an adventure game type of a game, and it's my favorite game on the Playdate that I've seen. Yeah, it's fantastic. I really, really, really like that one. So yeah, that's what he's been on. And so now he's starting Colonel's Book. If we get to raid him when he's still on, we're totally going to do that because of course, Colonel's Bequest occupies a very special place in my heart, and is a constant source of inspiration. Also, the great thing about Robot Spacer is he draws these maps and everything. He actually he streams the Crimson Diamond, and he made these gorgeous maps of the upper area of the demo. So yeah, oh my gosh. I know we raided him last week, but if he's still on when we're raid ready, we're totally going to raid him again. Oh, and Maximus, you recently binged Robot Spacer Phantasmagoria 1 and 2 at Let's Plays. Highly recommend. Yeah, we've raided him here and there as he's been playing. Oh, no, I was thinking Gabriel Knight. Never mind. I should watch the Let's Play, his Phantasmagoria Let's Plays. And Eden West says, what you put into the Colonel's Bequest, you get out of it. That's an aspect of Colonel's Bequest that, yeah, it's a huge inspiration for me design-wise. And, yeah, I'm trying to kind of do that as well for the Crimson Diamond, where if you're one of those types that is thorough, you will hopefully enjoy it and get more out of it. But I think everyone who plays it at any level should be able to enjoy it. I really like that color. I should put that other places. This is gonna, I definitely need to play up some of the contrast between some of these mushrooms. This is gonna be tricky. In fact, the difference is too much. Dave Voice says, I love that about Colonel's Bequest, but I 29'd how many modern games would play it the way it needs to be. 29'd Davor? Yeah, Demon Hunter 85, something like that, on the Playdate. Yes, you gotta pick several people in your party a la Maniac Mansion, and then you have to, summon demons. And the writing is really fun. And the art is amazing. I really, really, really like that game. But he was using, Robot Spacer was using Mirror to stream as well, and he was, even though his was kind of working, he was getting some technical difficulties as well, so I'm not alone in just having issues, really, with streaming on the Playdate. Yeah, Dave, well, yeah, I think, yeah, the Colonel's Bequest did a lot of really, really interesting things. But yeah, I want to take what it did and hopefully I can like, put my own spin on it. Right, mushroom stock. Mushroom cap. Ah, Slash Studio, good point. Yes, Slash Studio says, I didn't like Colonel's Bequest at first due to lack of puzzles, but now I realize it was my preconceptions that made me not enjoy it. Playing it on its own terms make it way better, obviously. That's super open-minded of you, Slash Studio. I really like hearing that from people, you know? Because, yeah, I mean, I think people can put too many expectations on things, and then that's where disappointment comes from, you know? Cypress T, good to see you. Joe is here for you. There's a program you can download off of Playdate's site called Mirror. That how it should work. It's very straightforward. You plug in your Playdate via it's a cable that comes with it into your computer, and then you load up this program, and then you can project the Playdate screen onto your desktop. And it seems like it'd be pretty straightforward, but apparently it's not so straightforward as that. And I couldn't, for whatever reason, I had trouble getting it to work. It wouldn't recognize it. And I was asking on the Discord, the Playdate Discord a bit, and people did offer suggestions, and I did try them, and nothing worked. I'm just hoping that when I do get my consumer model, which should be, I don't know, in the next few weeks or so, because I thought it was in Group 1, but I am in Group 2 for shipping. But yeah, when I get the consumer model, I'm hoping that it will work, or at least work a little bit the way that Robot Spacers kind of works. I kind of hope mine also kind of works. We'll see. Yeah, Joe's here for you. They do have something. I guess it's just because everything is so new. They haven't. It's not as well implemented as maybe it could be. Because yeah, I mean, not that I want to say I was glad to see Robot Spacer having issues, but I'm just, it's nice to know that you're not alone. Because I was thinking, usually something like that is pretty straightforward. Oops. Oh no! That was a mistake. Don't ignore that. Because it's like you plug something into the computer with this program on, and it just should connect, and mine wasn't recognizing it at all. So you just think, well, what could I possibly be doing wrong? And the answer is probably nothing. Oh, Blowhole, so you see your buddy got it working pretty quickly. Okay. Yes, Edith, I got the same email I think you did about verifying mailing address. The Group 2 Playdates will hopefully be coming out soon. Yep, exactly. I got that same one, and I would love to stream some of the Playdate games. Although I won't be able to stream the one I worked on because that one is still under wraps. But it would be cool to show what is currently out in Season 1. Yeah, I can see already that I'm going to need to do a lot of work here to define these shapes away from each other. Which is, my usual work, I would just use line to do that. But that's not my, I can't use that crutch on this stuff. But I had a lot of fun kind of putting the blobby parts on it. They kind of look like those fish eggs you can get on your sushi, which I actually quite like, so I'm not disturbed by that at all. And of course, later tonight we will be playing more Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, the graphic adventure, in EGA. And it's exciting because we've caught up to my backtracking that I had to do. We're going to get into that vault that's in the art gallery, so that's exciting because we get to see the art gallery again, which is so far the best room I've seen in the whole game. So let's just take a let us. I put this all in its own layer group, which is really handy. Yeah, I don't have that line to fall back on, which is kind of annoying. Oh wow, you know something else? Is this mushroom is supposed to be in front. I don't know why. Yeah, that's better. That's better for the composition. For that to be in front, but it should be behind cap 2. Yeah, there we go. Lucas asks, is this polka music that will be in the Crimson Diamond? I don't think there are any polkas in the Crimson Diamond so far, and this won't be in the game. There is a waltz that Dan composed, but no polkas. But this is quite nice. I do like this. This sounds. There are no parties really in the game. Maybe in a good ending they will be, but none that I can think of right now. Why don't we just get all the pieces on this piece, all the elements of stuff on this piece, and then we can go from there to try to fix it. So this one is cap 1. So we're gonna do cap 1 dots. Cap 1 dots. Judge Khan says, I need to go out and find something to have for lunch. I'll try to get back before the end of the stream, but if not, have a good time, Julie and everyone. Judge Khan, always good to see you. Thank you again for recommending Stan Rogers. And good luck with your lunch scavenger hunt, and I hope you find something good. And if you do make it back, but if we're still on, you gotta let us know what you got to eat. That's the rule. If anyone leaves for food, please do, if you are amenable to share what you ate. Okay. So there are, there's a bunch of different colors on these like weird weepy row things. Ooh, I like them closer up actually. Maybe not that close. And so depending on where they are being lit, foreground, background. Will do back shortly. Good. Oh, thank you, Dave. Well, you made Kung Pao chicken. Okay, so that's what the black bean and the garlic and the chili garlic was. Very nice. Thank you, Dave War. Foggish Green would attend a polka party? Give me that Frankie Yankovic. Polka's alright. Why is it getting dirtier looking? What's happening? Oh, okay, I see. It's just, the first time you do the stroke on this, it's actually kind of translucent, as you can see, from the drawing, so that's what's happening. And I only learned that when I started painting this stuff in color. Oh, see that already, when you get to this side of it, having the weepy squid salmon roe be this bright color doesn't work anymore, so I do have to be careful about where the color goes. Joe is here for you, says, I need to come clean and say that though I played the Crimson Diamond demo and I'm looking forward to it, I've not played either Loa Bow game. You played a lot of Sierra growing up, but if games escape me, I find it hard to try them later because, Sierra games, they are a bit impossible. No, like, Joe's here for you. You're not the only one to not want to play the game until, like, it's, Oh, you played the Crimson Diamond demo. You have not played either Loa Bow game. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, hopefully my game is easier. And that's actually a question I've not really asked people who have tested. Is this game easier than Lower Bow? I want it to be, but I don't know if that it is. And Joe's here for you. The way I deal with that, because I have played just 2 or 3 years ago, 3 years ago maybe, I played Conquests of Camelot for the first time, and I was not shy about consulting walkthroughs. And I think that's the way to probably enjoy them. Like, enjoy them, and if you get stuck, just get yourself unstuck and just move along. You know, there's so much out there now to enjoy that, you know, it's okay to seek outside help. And Marisman says, if the game has a hint line number in the about box, you know it's going to be a challenge. Oh, and Blaholtzen also has not played most of the adventure games. Okay, Joe's here for you. I found the demo doable, so I think it's okay. Okay, that's, yeah, I want to make my game easier than those games. That's the goal. Yeah, Lower Bow, there's a few deaths in Lower Bow. But you can get to an ending, I think. But it makes you want to buy a hint book, Davor. I think I actually have the Lower Bow hint book. I do. Yeah, Joe is here for you. There's no point in punishing yourself, honestly. Like with this the Last Crusade playthrough, I'm doing a walkthrough to get through the Castle Brunwald. I'm not going to deal with this. Crush Lash, good to see you. Tonight is not Bucket. Tonight is we're painting in Clip Studio Paint for this project that I'm working on right now. It's called Hollow Heart, and it's for a friend of mine who got a grant. Yes. So yeah, I'm kind of like learning a bunch of stuff. I'm actually next week. So this week is me doing these different monsters. So I've got a crabby monster and like a weird. I'm gonna be doing this upper left monster in here. This one here, with all the mushrooms. You just mushrooms, and then I'm gonna do a crab. That's this week, and kind of separate them out for animating. And then next week I'll be doing some environment design, so that's going to be kind of interesting and fun too, I think. And I'm going to have to learn more Blender. Oh, speaking of, I actually, you know, like that Blender stuff I got stuck on the last week, I went back to do it again, and of course I was able to do it with no problem. But of course when you're on stream, everything's just a little bit harder. Hi, George here. If the only Sierra games you played as an adult were the Gabriel Knight series, and they're more forgiving. Yeah, I think so. I also played the Gabriel Knight series. Like, I only played really the first one for a first time, like fairly recently too, and I quite liked it. I thought it was quite nice. Dave, yeah, that's the tricky thing about Lower Bow 1, and that's why that impulse to get the hint book for the Colonel's Bequest is so strong, and that's probably why I have the hint book. Is there are some important things to notice that don't trigger the clock, and so that type of uncertainty. That can be hard to deal with. Absolutely agree. Joe's here for you. Okay, you only need to play the first Gabriel Knight. I know the second one is like a full motion video game, and I must admit that I'm not really a fan of that style. I don't really care for full motion video games, except I only ever really played and enjoyed Return to Zork. But and then the third one is 3D, which, yeah, I think I'm more likely to play an FMV game versus a 3D game, at least adventure games. Yeah, Kurashlat's, yeah, Lower Bow 1 is all about finding an exciting thing and ignoring it because it'll advance the clock. And yeah, that's something I really didn't like about the design of Lower Bow 1 that I kind of tried to address in the Crimson Diamond. Because, yeah, I mean, you're scared to walk into rooms in Lower Bow 1, and I don't think that's a nice feeling to have, because an adventure game, it's, you know, partially the fun of it is that exploration element, and I certainly didn't feel safe, you know, exploring the lodge, I mean the manor, the plantation house. And so in the Crimson Diamond, I wanted to alleviate that anxiety where you could accidentally trigger stuff. You can't really accidentally trigger stuff in the Crimson Diamond. Everything kind of, there's nothing where you just walk in and it triggers something. Like, you'd have to make an action. Ah, just as Jeffy says, I've been quiet tonight because I'm working on something, but my ears perk up each time you mention Blender for your information. I don't, you know what? I see the gorgeous things people make in Blender, like these cute little isometric view, cozy environments where everything's all rounded edges, and it's so cute. So yes, would love to learn a bit more about it, and I will be learning more about Blender to make those environments or paint textures for those environments. So that will happen at some point. Judge Joe's here for you says the FMV game looks awful. Backgrounds are just washed out digitized images. Oh no, Pascal or GK3 has a similar system where you'll miss things if you do specific actions at advanced time. Oh wow, okay, I didn't even know that. Yeah, okay, so Joe's here for you. If you played something where you can accidentally pass time, yeah, that's basically what the lower bow games are. That's kind of their thing. Yeah, but some people like that challenge because they, it's kind of like you really have to like learn the game and kind of, it's almost like Groundhog's Day, where you got to see where everything is and then you can play it and be perfect or something. But I'm definitely not relying on that impulse. Ah, interesting, Pascal. I think the easiest way to manage it would be to have the character look at their watch and give people the option to advance time or take care of a few other things before. Oh, Crosslash, interesting point. Crosslash says, I do feel the clock is handled better in LB1 than LB2. I feel like I need to replay both of them. And I do own them. I do have them in my GOG. So, maybe maybe I'll play Lorabo 1 after Indie. Who knows? But I've been trying to play stuff I've not played before, because there's certainly more than enough of that. But I do want to stick to EGA adventure games. Joe's here for you. Says, I think one of the best ways to play adventure games or anything where you can miss major stuff is to have old school fans in the chat who don't want to spoil stuff but let you know when you're hitting a point of no return or something. And Joe's here for you. That is exactly how I've been playing Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Like Karasalash has been super helpful. There's been a few people, I think ATM Machine as well, when they've popped by, just been super helpful in terms of like telling me when I'm doing something wrong, how I'm doing something wrong. And it's super appreciated to have people knowledgeable that are in stream. So you're totally right. That's exactly how I've been able to play these games. Dearboy, you're saying that for Lorabo 1 style clock would be in a game where you're playing a game with characters who have the same schedule day after day. That would be interesting, actually. And I had this game idea of like a prequel to the Crimson Diamond. It would be kind of a not Nancy, but a similar type of character who it'd be like the late 1800s, and it would be like a maid that like works in one of these manor houses where she has a schedule that she has to adhere to at the same time she's trying to get things done or figure things out in the manor. So that's something else I was thinking of in terms of having that regular schedule and then trying to figure stuff out in between that. Joe's here for you says I played The Last Express, which I think is such a unique and cool idea for a game. Also has really cool graphics. His clock mechanic overall makes absolutely no sense. Eventually used a walkthrough basically step by step. The Last Express. I gotta check that one out. Okay. Yeah, and Crosslash, of course. Lorabo 2 doesn't have fantastic SCI 0 EGA. Yes, The Laura Bowl 1 EGA is the best. It's the best. Sierra VGA at nighttime was that slapped over of dark filter, which I always did find pretty disappointing myself. So I totally agree with you on that. Like in the Quest for Glory games, like their nighttime was, yeah, like let's put that dark filter on top, and it just made everything harder to see. But in it's actually not a good color for that. But in Quest for Glory 2, nighttime was this amazingly bright. Like I'm thinking of the desert scenes at night, and the nighttime in Quest for Glory 2 were just glorious. That's not a pun, by the way. Oh, okay, Josie, you had people doing that when you played Lisa? Oh, you're streaming as well. I should shout you out. Give me a sec. I'm just trying to catch up on the chat a little bit. Are you streaming on Twitch? I'll just shout you out in case. Joe is here for you. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's wonderful to have like helpers. And I've never played any of the Police Quest games. Oh my goodness. Those seem extremely unforgiving, and even just the theming I don't particularly find appealing. Oh, cool! Dave, you said you've been thinking about doing a Groundhog Day Laura Bowl game like that for a while. It's actually one of the audio collabs with Donovan you're kind of based on. That's cool. Ah, yes, of course. Last Express was Jordan Mechner, creator of Prince of Persia. I should check that out. Yeah, Quest for Glory 3 had a dark filter. Quest for Glory 4 had that dark filter. Quest for Glory 1 and Quest for Glory 2, gorgeous night scenes. Absolutely amazing. Cross PQ3, Police Quest 3 is so mean and bad in various ways. Yeah, Pascal, there's something really appealing of having this idea where time passes, people are moving around and doing different things, but it's that element of how to design that so people feel like they still have some control. That's a really interesting game design problem. Okay, Josie, yes, you are streaming Monkey Island games right now, as I assume many are doing these days. Of course, that's another one. I would love to stream Secret of Monkey Island. I also really like Curse. I own Curse. I think I've shown the box on stream. Oh, cool. Last Express, basically Murder on the Orient Express, the adventure game. Oh, cool. Dave Voice says, stop me if I'm wrong, but I believe the night scenes in Quest for Glory 1 are largely just color cycles, but the Quest for Glory 2 ones are different backgrounds. Oh. Interesting. Yeah, I don't really know. Cause yeah, I wonder if they changed the shadows in the nighttime scenes for Quest for Glory 1. I did not in the nighttime scenes for the Crimson Diamond. That is not as high contrast as this one. I need to adjust that. That's better. Yeah, Curse is beautiful, Joe's here for you. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a palette swap. I can tell you that the nighttime in the Crimson Diamond is basically palette swapping, but I hand did it. I didn't just have an algorithm or whatever, or formula for that. I think I made those too small. Gosh darn it. Maybe I can scale them up. And just get rid of some. Yeah, they're too small. I can maybe try to save some. Let's duplicate this. Get rid of some and just make some of them bigger. Oh, yes, the Police Quest 3 also has driving. The driving segments, the infamous driving segments. I don't even like driving in real life. And I don't think I've ever liked that type of a sequence in games, especially if they're poorly implemented with bad control. Oh, so Crashlight says Police Quest 2, your favorite. Playing police procedural, some dumb softlocks, but no driving. Okay. Crashlight, Police Quest 1 EGA driving's wild enough to be fun. Police Quest 3 and 1 VGA, enormous slog. Police Quest 2, best since no driving, and driving in real life sucks. I'm waiting for them self-driving cars. Give him here. Do you guys think we're close to self-driving cars? Say yes. Ooh, Edenway says Camulus is going to remake a new Police Quest 4 in an AGI style. Ooh. Is she putting in driving? Oh no, Cross, that's nowhere close. Sadly, we're nowhere close. Oh, it's so tantalizing. Self-driving cars. Oh. What a tease. It would it'd basically just be the best thing ever. Pascal Leroux says, the adventure game that has a 3-second driving segment where you immediately crash will have my blessing. What year was Minority Report set in again? They have flying self-driving cars. I don't know when is that happening for us? No, were they? No, wait. Okay, wait. In Minority Report, were they flying or are they just on like crazy like roller coaster tracks? I can't remember anymore. Even with you will find it interesting if we do have reliable self-driving cars in your lifetime. No, you won't grumble about it. It would be the best thing ever. Back in my day, we had to drive our own cars. No one, I don't want to drive my own car. Neon Totem, good to see you. 2054. Okay, Minority Report set in 2054. And those aren't flying cars, right? They were just like on roller coaster tracks. It looked. I love how dangerous it looked. Justin Jeffrey says every criticism I've ever heard about Police Quest or any other Sierra games. I almost said Shigeru. Every other Shigeru Miyamoto game. Any other Sierra game always seems totally valid, yet never occurred to me back when I played the games as a kid. Just couldn't get enough Sierra games, no matter what. Playing them back on a Tandy back in the mid to late 80s was just magic. Oh sure, I mean, a lot of us love that stuff, but now, you know, everyone's We've learned so much since those times. Just as Jeff, you also look forward to self-driving cars? I assume that self-driving cars will obey traffic laws, which sounds great. George, here for you say you were stunned when you finished them. I don't think I finished a single Sierra game without help. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay, Neon Totem, so Minority Report, the car's still on wheels, but they let you kick back and read or something. Okay, yeah. Yes, I yeah. So I can't believe Miyamoto developed police cars. Sierra. It's yeah. Like I said, I stayed up too late on Sunday. Shigeru online. That's not even a pun. That's just me slurring. Josie, if I know you do know you revisited LucasArts games later in life plenty of times, but Sierra a lot less. I actually I started replaying the Day of the Tentacle, like maybe last year or something. I got stuck, and I never went back to it because I'm like I wanted to finish it without any hints or whatever, but I should go back to it and finish it. I got relatively far in it because I think I did finish it back in the day, but I think I did get help even then. And another one is Grim Fandango. I don't think I ever finished Grim Fandango, but I really love the soundtrack. And I love the concept art. Like, Peter Chan's concept art for Grim Fandango is so glorious. I should go back and rectify that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's true, Mouse Miss. There is the crazy Japanese version of Police Quest 2 for a Let's Play. Oh my gosh. And Day of the Tentacle does rock. Dave Boy said, Ugh played Grim Fandango recently, loved it, would not play without a walkthrough. That's another one I started up recently. Maybe last year? Was it maybe 2 years ago I started up replaying Grim Fandango? But yeah, I just stopped. I don't know. I gotta go back to those ones at least. Eating with you, that's probably your favorite LucasArts game. Oh, Joe's here for you. Never played Quest for Glory. Those ones do seem daunting, Joe is here for you. I only finished those with walkthroughs. Both of those. But Quest for Glory 2 is gorgeous. It is just amazing. Yeah, the art direction is this beautiful, Grim Fandango's art direction is this beautiful, like, Art Deco, and it's got, like, beautiful, like, this Mexican influence. It's got, like, I think Aztec as well, potentially, like, Mesoamerican, maybe. It's just an achievement. A towering achievement in art direction. And also, I think they have a bit buggy. Cypress G says, LucasArts is in the early and mid 90s was extremely diverse. I was surprised to find out they made Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Metal Warriors, which are a zombie action game and a mech action game, respectively. I've heard of Zombie Ate My Neighbors probably, but I've never. I didn't really know they'd made other games besides Star Wars games. Yes, Neon Totem. Yeah, Quest for Glory will always be Heroes Quest. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Dave, you did not use walkthroughs for Quest for Glory. Mouse Miss Day of the Tentacle top 1 adventure game ever for you? You know what, it's probably I think Secret of Monkey Island is my top 1. But, definitely top 5. Day of the Tentacle. It's not dark enough. because the puzzles in Day of the Tentacle might be the best. Interesting. Joe's here for you. Says, my theory is Dave Grossman was a lot of why Day of the Tentacle has great puzzles, because Tim Schafer did Full Throttle and Grim Fandango without him, and the puzzles were, yup. Yeah, the Coles were very much ahead of their time with, Quest for Glory games. They were just amazing. Oops. There are puzzles in Quest for Glory games. Like what I think about most when you mention puzzles was the break-in houses, which were awesome. Like my favorite part of the Quest for Glory games, bar none, were the break-in houses. And I love the fact there are multiple game solutions as well in the Quest for Glory games. Judge Khan, welcome back. Didn't take as long as you thought it would. Many things don't. I think most of the time things take not as long as we think they will, versus taking longer than we think. Oh, Karasla, Conquest of Longbow. Oh, Grindislav loves Conquest of Longbow. And to be honest, I've never actually played it. Oh my gosh, Davor, you say you're too insufferably serious for Day of the Tentacle to be anywhere near your top one? Oh, Pascalero, Gabriel Knight 3 in Full Throttle for you. Oh sure, yeah, Davor, definitely, like, what that's also what's so great about the Quest for Glory games is, yeah, the multiple solutions, but also, yeah, you can sometimes get your stats to, like, muscle your way through things. Yes, Karasla, solid thiefing action. The series needed more critical paths that were thiefing actions. It would be great to make an adventure game that was just break-in houses, or that type of a life. The Thief Guild stuff. Ah, okay, Judge Khan says, Maniac mentioned NES, your first, and Fate of Atlantis your most enjoyed. So, Judge Khan, what did you end up getting for lunch? If I may ask. Oh, cool. Anyway, it says Quest for Glory 5 made up for the Thief side quest versus the shortage in Quest for Glory 3. Quest for Glory 5, yeah, it's because it's 3D, I just didn't even consider it for playing, but I'm watching a Let's Play of it, actually. The level 0 NPCs are playing it on YouTube. Okay, and Piscalibur, you like Techno Babylon, modern stuff, Blackwell series, and Kathy Rain. I started Kathy Rain, that's something else I just have to get back to. I'm the worst. Okay, Fog is Green. Actual work always takes me 2 to 3 times as long as I estimate. I learned that lesson the hard way. Foggage Green. I know things take me like way too long, so I don't even underestimate anymore. I'm just like, this is gonna take me forever. Actually, this needs this here too. Like I learned, yeah. Because on Sunday what had happened was. I thought, hey, you know, what I have left to do on this project, I can probably do, and, you know, I could probably do this and get to bed at a reasonable hour. And of course I did underestimate that time, and that's my own fault. Oh, okay, Dave Roy says. Okay, so Dave Roy says Longbow is the best. Definitely, I recommend Longbow. Even though I haven't played it myself. Ah. Yeah, Foggish Green. That's where I think I was going with that. The chores take us through. I think chores take way less time than you think, and it's usually the grumbling about the chores usually takes up way more time, like the majority of the time. In my own experience, because, you know, sometimes something that you've been putting off literally will take 5 minutes. So this is cap 2 dots. Yes, Joe's here for you. You're right. The puzzles on Day of the Tentacle are basically the story. All the crazy stuff you do are what progresses creates the plot. Which is, yeah, it's I don't know if it's quite simple, but yeah, there's that extra dimension or dimensions to the puzzles. Ooh, okay. Judge Khan got 2 green nashi pears, so those are Japanese pears, cheese and bacon rolls and donuts. Oh my gosh. Okay, anything to drink, or do you just make yourself something at home? Yeah, Crash Last Thief, Breaking Houses, and SCI Zero would be an awesome puzzle game. Oh man. Oh, that'd be so cool. I kind of want to make that. Oh, Dave Boy, funny says funny you should say that about break-ins. That's going to be the theme of your jam game. Fantastic. Oh, cool. Joe's here for you. I'm going to open that up in tab. Thank you. So Joe's here for you has a link in chat of an article about why Day of the Tentacle is so good. Yeah, Conquest of Longboy is another awesome looking game. Edenway says, my time estimates have gotten better over the years, but it tends to be other interruptions and blocks that cause things to take longer. Yeah, so for instance, for something like this, I tend to think I'm learning how to do something, so that's going to take me forever. And yeah, it does. I don't know if am I a slow learner? I don't know if I'm a slow learner, but I know that when I'm learning something, I take way longer. Maybe it's a confidence thing or something. Okay. Oh, Judge Khan also got a bag of Chitato mee goreng flavored potato chips. Oh my gosh. Okay, mug of Earl Grey to have with the donuts. Well, okay, what kind of donuts? And mee goreng. Mee goreng is this type of spicy instant noodle. Amazing. Ooh, I'm gonna open that also. So this is oh, fried noodles. It's kind of like yakisoba, which is like you can get excuse me, instant noodles, Japanese noodles. Sorry, excuse me. Hold on. I feel like a tickle in my throat. Cinnamon donuts, $12 for $3 at Woolworths. You'll freeze half of them for next week. How well do how well do donuts freeze? I assume well, because you seem to be doing it. And I love those tiny little. They used to call them Tiny Tims. I don't know if they still call them Tiny Tims here in Toronto. They would have them at the CNE, which is the Canadian National Exhibition that we'd have, and it would be like the whole contraption, kind of like how they do Krispy Kreme now, but back in the day it would be really cool to watch the little dough rings just get dumped into the oil, and they go down the conveyor, and you get fresh Tiny Tim donuts. Just a Jeffy will know what I'm talking about if he's still around. Amazing. Oh, you can heat them up in the microwave. You can actually freeze as really surprising amount of foods that people don't think of. Yes, Jesse Jeffy says Tiny Tim's has a truck that shows up to events. We usually look forward to getting their donuts at the Jazz Festival. Nice. I guess it's kind of like churros. remember Krispy Kreme being such a huge deal, you know, a few years back, and people were lining up and lining up. But I don't see them around nearly as much anymore. They are good though. Jesse Jeffy says, then we get churros on the second night of Jazz Festival. So basically like fried dough with cinnamon and sugar. You really can't go wrong. There's the fried dough style of donut, and there's also the cakier type of donut you can also get in, you know, Tim Hortons and other places. And surprisingly, the fried dough donuts have fewer calories than the cakey donuts. Oh no! Judge Khan says my cat just puked. Be right back. Maximus asks, do you have Beard Papa in Canada, Japanese cream puffs? We do have Beard Papa, at least in downtown Toronto. And I've never had them. I've had Uncle Tetsu's cheesecake a lot of times. Like it's that puffy Japanese cheesecake style. But last time I tried to go to Beard Papa, I think it was just super crowded. But I love cream puffs. Toronto Jazz Festival, all about music and food. Blah Holton says, I only know of Krispy Kreme from that Vine where a guy does backflips and kicks a sign. Krispy Kreme is good. Like, it is really quite good. But with a lot of things, the freshness and the temperature really matters, I think, with these types of things. Although you can microwave Krispy Kremes in the refrigerator, in the microwave, to freshen them up. Oh, okay. Boston cream is your favorite, Pascal LaRue? Eat it with, yeah. They're not Munchkin donut holes. They're just tiny donuts. The Tiny Tim donuts. A staple of any visit to the CNE. Although I don't even think they're doing the CNE anymore. These need to be darker. What's going on? Yeah, it's better. Oh wow, Jester Jeffrey drizzles real maple syrup onto Uncle Tetsu's cheesecakes. I have never tried that. I should try that. Uncle Tetsu's cheesecakes, it's less cheesy than a New York style cheesecake. It's not as creamy. It's more like souffle, light souffle like, and not very sweet. Yes, and Krispy Kreme donuts are sinfully good. Eating with, yeah, I think I've said before that they're like eating clouds. They're pretty good. Oops. Ooh. Oh, Fog is Green, you've got a friend who used to work at the original Krispy Kreme with C's in Chillicothe, Ohio, from which the much more successful Krispy Kreme split away. Cypress D asks, opinion on mochi donuts versus traditional donuts. I don't think I've ever had a mochi donut, Cypress D. I did make a mochi cake with like that with the rice flour and matcha powder, and like a semi-sweet chocolate or unsweetened chocolate. And the mochi cake I made was like really dense and a little bit chewy, and that was really nice. But I don't think I've ever had a mochi donut. Okay, Chillicothe, Ohio. Okay, at least that's how it's pronounced in Illinois. Chillicothe. Mochi donuts. I'm just gonna Google that because maybe I have had them. I just don't know it. I think I've mentioned on stream that every New Year's we make mochi, but it's not like it's not sweet mochi. It's just like pounded rice. Ooh, I don't think I've ever had mochi donuts. They just kind of look like regular donuts. No. Yeah, which we have that mochi maker. I think I've shown pictures of it or something, where you get like bunch of like mochi rice and you get it all like steamed and it gets pounded by the machine and you get these like little dense little chewy rice cakes that are not sweet, but you eat them with soy sauce and sugar, and they're amazing. You can put little ones in your miso soup. Okay, yes. Cyber D says mochi donuts have a texture a little closer to fried dango. If you ever had those, yes, I have had those. Gotcha. Huh. Yeah. So that it's like that the mochi, the rice flour, gives that kind of a chewiness, which is kind of nice. But yeah, the mochi cake I made was pretty dense, but I think they'd do better as madeleines, because I have a madeleine like a tray tin thing with the scalloped little madeleine impressions, and I think what I want to do next time I try the recipe is do mochi flour, matcha powder, and chocolate like madeleines, and then do like a chocolate ganache on top of the madeleine, and dust icing sugar and matcha powder on top. That's gonna happen. And that actually, speaking of freezing stuff, that freezes very well because it is incredibly dense. Oh, good. Frankie the cat is fine, just a hairball, Judge Khan. That's good to know. Thank you for the update. Yes, just a Jeffy. Yeah, Krispy Kreme. They're delicious. Yeah, but they are very sweet, and you probably should not eat them too often or in too much of a quantity. Yes. Yes, the mochi stuff. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to adapting. It was on the cover of Bon Appetit magazine a few months ago. This mochi cake thing, and it looked amazing. So I tried it, and it was amazing. Although I had unsweetened baker's chocolate, and the recipe called for bittersweet baker's chocolate, and I had a choice of semi-sweet and unsweetened, so I unwisely picked the unsweetened baker's chocolate, and I made the ganache with that, but when I tasted it, it was just terrible, because unsweetened chocolate tastes terrible, to me anyway, and I had to fix it. But I mean, it was easily fixable. I just shaved the ganache down so it was really thin, and then put a bunch of icing sugar on top, so if it tasted sweet, and the inside was sweet, so it wasn't too bad. But I panicked a little bit because I thought bittersweet chocolate maybe would be closer to unsweetened, not semi-sweet. I don't know because in different countries stuff can be called different things, so I think I should have just gone with semi-sweet, which I will next time. Jim Matt likes mochi cake as well. It's like the right level of richness and density. I like cake a lot. In fact, in that whole the eternal battle of cake versus pie, I'm definitely on cake side. Yeah, and the color was beautiful, and it's a super satisfying dessert to have. So I'm really looking forward to making more of that. The mochi cake. And I'm hoping that if the colors on this are too ridiculous, it should be easy to adjust them. I have no idea. But at 10:30, I think we'll be going into Indiana Jones. I feel pretty good right now. I think I'm on a nice energy boost from the streaming. I'm sure right after I finish streaming, I'll probably crash. Crash Slash got a jet. The mushroom's looking kind of sweet like candy. Good night, y'all. Good night, Crash Slash. Thank you for dropping by. And hopefully see you again sometime. And have a great rest of your week. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Go, Matsama. Good to see you. Oh, good. I'm glad you think the mushrooms are cute. I'm still, they're a bit of a mush right now. I need to make them read better, which will require me to, form them, paint them with better form and lighting in mind. But But yeah, what we're doing is we're working off this concept sketch of I'm definitely a drawer at heart. I respect the art of painting. And I really admire people who can paint. Like so much. Does not come to me naturally. So there's going to be a fair amount of adjustment that goes into this. But I'm just trying to get all the elements down first before I get into the adjustments. You feel like eating candies right now, Arbello? Bit of a, yeah, they look like a bit of mush. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they need mushroom. They need more room. They need mushroom. Candies. I'm trying to think of candies that I like. I am not much of a candy person. I actually don't have much of a sweet tooth. But I really like the banana runts. The red runts always were a bit too chemically, but the banana ones are really nice. I like Eat More bars because they're not too sweet. Kit Kat is nice. Yeah, talking about food is so fun. I can see why the Food Network, I don't know if it does as well as it did before, but cooking shows, the Food Network, all that. Eat More, Jim Matt, is one of your all-time favorites. I think they're still available. I don't really look for them because I never really seek them out. But, you know, they're basically like a toffee with peanuts inside and they're super filling. Ooh, curry poutine, Just a Jeffy. That sounds amazing too. Yeah, I don't know. I can picture Eat More in my head, but like I said, I haven't looked for years. Nowadays I just have Cliff Bars in my purse. I always carry one Cliff Bar on me at all times. Because you just never know when you get hungry, and you know, you might not be in a place where there is food, or you might not want to spend money on food, and a Cliff Bar is not cheap by any means, but it's cheaper than anything you're going to find on the street. So I do carry them with me. I also like those Skor bars are really nice. SKOR. Peanut M&Ms. Ooh, Neon Totem Lint 100% dark chocolate. Oh, nail the chocolate flavor with good texture without the bitterness. Oh my gosh. So 100% dark chocolate. Is there any sugar in that? Because I've tried like 90% bars, like Lint bars, and they're just so unpalatable for me. Wonder Bar, Just a Jeffy. Wonder Bar. Which one? Hold on. I'm just going to quickly look up Wonder Bar. Because I can't picture it in my head. Wonder Bar. Oh, so it's... Oh, that does look good. I have had this, but it's been a while. It looks like it's got like a crunchy, peanutty, creamy inside. That's amazing. Yeah, I'm all for it. Of course, and speaking of that, you know, you can't have any conversation of chocolate and peanut. You can't talk about it without Reese's peanut butter cups, which I quite like too. Crispy M&M's, Judge Khan. There are these M&M's that have like pretzels in them. That's amazing. Oh wow, Cliff Bar, your grandma, Foggish Green says, used to carry around those peanut butter cheddar cracker sandwiches in her purse because of my grandpa's diabetes. I used to get those, so my mom used to get those when we were kids, and those were nice little snacks too. Joe's here for your score is the Underdog candy bar. It's so elegant. I would eat that with a cup of coffee. Well, Hilton says score means shoes in Swedish. I guess you could have elegant shoes. Violet Crumble, Judge Khan, and Boost. Boost is a meal replacement drink in Canada, and Violet Crumble I've never heard of. But I have had candied violets, and they weren't awesome, but I had them, and I've read about them, so I wanted to eat them. Oh, they don't have sugar. Neon told him you're eating sugarless 100% dark chocolate. Whew. Oh, Blaholton, you like the licorice, the marzipan, and the nougat. Marzipan. I'm not sure if I'm crazy about the nougat. Nougat's a funny one. Nougat's I keep on looking up what nougat is because I keep forgetting. Marzipan de la Rosa, Foggage Green. Peanut butter marzipan. That sounds amazing. Neon Toto, I've never had chocolate covered dried mango. I've had dark chocolate covered pretzels, and those are extremely dangerous. Wonder Bar, available still. Violet Crumble. Does Violet Crumble have violets in them? Is that why it's called that? Or what is this? Okay, chocolate coated honey. Chocolate. Okay, Violet Crumble is chocolate coated honeycomb candy. It sucks. The chocolate is really cheap. Why is it called Violet? I thought it would have violets in it or something. Oh wow, they had a Reese's Pieces inside a peanut butter cup. Almost any Reese's product. You're a sucker for eating with? Me too, I think. Although I only need one little one. Like I don't need 3. Do they still do them in packs of 3? I feel like I don't need 3 peanut butter bars. Peanut butter cups. Oh wow, Blaholton, so Swedish nougat and French nougat is different. Okay, Judge Con, the Violet Crumble, it has a violet wrapper, but there's no violet in it. Huh. Okay, and nougat is, so what we know as nougat is called French nougat in Sweden. Blaholton, what is Swedish nougat then? What is your nougat like? Is it I swear I've looked up and forgotten what nougat is about at least twice. Star Bar I've never heard of either, eating with. Oh, Violet, thank you, Judge Con. Let me take a look at this thing. Oh, so that's the honey. Oh, so it's kind of like those bars that I don't care for. That we have in Canada. They come in a gold foil, and they're basically like some kind of spongy toffee coated in chocolate. I don't like those. What are those called? Like Mr. Crunchy or something? Oh yeah, Mars bars are also nougaty, right? Yeah, crunchy, Judge Con. Yeah, I don't care for those. Yeah, crunchy. Sponge toffee. I don't like the sponge toffee. Jim matches, they're good, but it's almost like you have to eat them slowly. Because I feel like they'd yank out fillings or something. It seems extremely, like, sticky and chewy and hard. Oh, here we go. The sponge, oh, it melts. Yeah, crunchy's basically the same as your Violet Crumble. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I don't like that texture. It's like it's super melty and sticky. Yeah, Judge Jeffy wants to send a Wonder Bar to everyone here who's never tried one. I do quite like those. You know, I completely forgot about them, Judge Jeffy. It's nice because it's not as hard as a Crispy Crunch or a Score. It's like fluffier. It's fluffier peanut butter, which is kind of nice. Oh my gosh, Judge Khan says crunchy is better than Violet Crumble, so you'd positively loathe Violet Crumble, I imagine. Oh wow, oh my gosh, Joe's here a few seconds, crunchy being superior to Violet Crumble. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love the packaging, I love gold foil, but yeah. Gross. Just Jeffy invites anyone to contact Just Jeffy on Twitter, Steam, GOG, wherever, and tell me you want a Wonder Bar. I'll send you one. Cypress G. Wow, Violet Crumble having a rough time in chat tonight. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Like, I'm not crazy about Mars bars either because that nougat is incredibly sweet. I'm sure usually nougat isn't that sweet. It's really sweet, you guys. I don't mind a bit of nougat and stuff, but if it's just nougat covered in chocolate. Ooh. Viennese nougat. Twix, JetsCon, yeah, you know what? Twix is great because sometimes you want chocolate covered biscuits, and Twix is going to do the trick, you know? I agree. I just wish the chocolate on a Twix was better. Oh. Joe's here for you says apparently Cadbury mini eggs have a different flavor everywhere. Tried UK and US mini eggs and find the US eggs much better. Interesting. I found Candy Blog once that said Canadian version is the best. Those little mini eggs are good. The texture of the candy shell is really nice. It kind of reminds me of Smarties, like Canadian Smarties, which kind of look like M&Ms, but they're better. After you've sucked the colors, the shellac color off, and you just have that kind of, I don't know what that texture is, but they start at that texture, the mini eggs, which is really nice. And they're actually a very healthy helping of darkish chocolate too, which is kind of nice too. I do like those mini eggs, but you're never going to see me near those Cadbury cream eggs. Those are way too intense for me. Like that it's again, those things kind of make my teeth hurt. Canadian mini egg secret recipe. I don't know. It's interesting that they do taste different. And although I do know that people say that Halloween candy and Easter candy tends to taste really good, and that's because they're fresh, because they're made for a season, and they're not on the shelf for, like, you know, however long this stuff can stay on the shelf. So that's a theory that's why, you know, Halloween chocolate is good. Joe's here for you says the cream eggs dissolve teeth instantly. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's certain things where it hurts too much. Like my gums are kind of receding, and so they get up in between that gum area, and no, it's not a good time. Oh, Nutella is basically less firm Viennese nougat. Wow, really? Oh, Neon Totem says matcha green tea Kit Kat in it. So yeah, they have tons of flavors of Kit Kats. I actually bought like a party box with 21 different flavors of Kit Kat in it, and they're really good. They're very good. What happened? Why am I? Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Because Kit Kat is just enough chocolate and wafer, and yeah, I like the size of them, the little 2-pack. What about a whole pint of ice cream, we working says? Yeah, I've never sat down and had a whole pint of ice cream. I'll probably, when I have ice cream, I probably have, you know, like a golf ball size of ice cream, which is supposed to be the serving size of ice cream. You know, you can look at something like Haagen-Dazs, which is half a cup of Haagen-Dazs is like 250 calories, and half a cup is like basically a golf ball, I think. So anything more than that, like if you're getting, you know, two golf balls worth of Haagen-Dazs, is like 500 calories, which is a lot. But yeah, usually even if with any kind of ice cream, I can do, you know, just a little bit. Oh wow, so okay, Joe's here for you. You've had the US and UK mini eggs. I do. I remember there's a candy blog I used to frequent and read like their reviews and everything, because yeah, there's always something new coming out. I wonder if it was the same candy blog. Oh my gosh, just a Jeffy ketchup chips. Speaking of saying I don't have a sweet tooth, I never thought of ketchup chips as tasting sweet, but I've heard people say that. I love ketchup chips. Just to Jeff, I almost feel like I want you to send me these things, even though I could just walk out and get them myself, and I should, or maybe I shouldn't. I mean, it's all kind of junk, I suppose, but it's tasty junk. It's the best of food that food science has to offer. I guess we can look at it that way. Happy to send me junk food, Jester Jeffy. Don't worry about it. I should get my own, honestly. But what's good? The good thing is it's not around, so I can't have it. It's probably for the best, to be honest. Oh, okay. So Cypress D says ketchup is very sweet too, but that's just your palate. Yeah, even when I even think about ketchup, I know ketchup is basically like sugared tomato paste, but I don't know. I guess it never really occurred to me that that's what it is, but it really is. Eh. But I don't tend to use ketchup much anyway for stuff. I usually, if it's in a situation where that type of condiment would be desirable, I tend to go for the mustard. Like I like honey Dijon mustard, but I mean that's got sugar in it too, I suppose. But the most fun, well, not the most fun, but one of the funnest things you can do when you go to like a different country or whatever is going into the grocery stores and just buying some junk food, that's there and just tasting it. I did that when I was in London. I bought Monster Munch because Monster Munch is something I've heard about. Like in British things and like stand-up comedy routines and everything, they talk about Monster Munch. So I had to try Monster Munch, of course, and just whatever other type of snack. And they usually are pretty regional, or I mean, well, national, really. Whoa, Foggish Green says I have heard that ketchup has more sugar per gallon than ice cream. Yikes. And Cypress D agrees. Honey mustard is a great compromise between all the condiment flavors. Yeah, I think it's definitely perfect for my needs. And that actually reminds me that I tend to also use salad dressing for a lot of different things, not just salad, because it's basically just a sauce, right? Oh, that's a great story. George here for you says, I read this article that quoted Bob Odenkirk on a recent podcast talking about how he had to eat Doritos for a Better Call Saul scene, and he doesn't normally eat junk food and hadn't had Doritos in ages. Actually, okay, yeah. Okay, so here's the quote. Oh my god, he exclaimed to the laughter of Vince Gilligan, Peter Gould, and company. I couldn't friggin' believe it, and not just one, I had like 20 of them. Every single one of them blew my brain receptors out, just completely. It's insane what they've done. It's a testament to the chemical efforts of the chemists who make Doritos, Odenkirk said. The people in the labs who make Doritos, they're good at what they do, and they lit up parts of my brain. Exactly. I just hats off. You've done it. That's the you wonder if there's like a Nobel Prize for food science, because definitely the Doritos people should win. Yeah, like I love Cool Ranch Doritos. Cool Ranch Doritos are amazing. They're the pinnacle for me. I actually recently had jalapeno. The jalapeno flavored Doritos are amazing too. I don't know what they're doing over there, but yeah, just superb. Absolutely superb. Eating with you've seen the green Kit Kats in a specialty candy store. They actually have them at like Asian grocery stores. Asian grocery stores, like we have something called TNT here in Toronto, and they have some flavors of Kit Kat. Like they'll have like strawberry, or they'll have matcha very commonly, because like they're importing a lot of stuff. And Foggus Green wants to know, are you one of those people who puts ranch dressing on their pizza at Maple Mystery? I am not. But I have ordered pizza with the white drizzle on it, and it's good, but I know it's bad, I know it's wrong and evil, but it's really good. So yeah, I would probably do that. And I do like those like dipping sauces that they come with. And I know they're probably deathly, but yeah, I like them. Yeah, Jeffy said there should be some sort of opt-in global junk food exchange program. Maybe there is already. I mean, it should totally exist if it doesn't already. I actually heard of a woman who did start up a company like that during the pandemic. I think I saw her on the news. And yeah, I mean, super inspirational. It's insane what they've done. So, yeah, Joe's here for you. Totally agree. Yeah, yeah, and you gotta just, the human ingenuity. Dual names also weighs in. Jalapeno Doritos are actually awesome. I mean, I had never tried them, but I really impressed. Really impressed. Oh no, that doesn't look good. I might have to go into levels. I mean curves. I don't like curves. I don't understand curves. I just... That's fine. Joe's here for you, and some, maybe not all, of Europe. Cool Ranch Doritos are called Cool American Doritos. Yeah, I don't do the Bezier curves. I don't do any of that stuff. I can't comprehend them. Blaholton says, an Italian man once told me that anything is allowed on pizza. The point is you put what you have on there. You get some real sticklers with the pizza, don't we? Dan being one of those people. Just as Jeffy says, it's been like 2 minutes. So far no takers on the free Wonder Bar. You few people are seriously missing out. Another reason why I really like the Halloween stuff is because they come in those little fun sizes, as they're called, or snack sizes, child sizes, or whatever. Because that's all I need. Like, I don't need like a 2-foot long chocolate bar. It's too much of a commitment. Yeah, you get anyone in Chicago, or like someone like Dan who's in like the New York area, and they're all, they're all so precious about the whole pizza thing. Oh gosh. Just Jeffrey says Halloween fun size chocolate bars are awesome. Takes the guilt out of eating like 10 of them all at once. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't. I can eat just a little tiny one with like a whole cup of coffee or a whole cup of like black tea with milk or something, and I'm set. I do really like fudgesicles though. Speaking of, like they're the icy, not really chocolatey but chocolatey enough type of popsicle. I'll have one today after stream. They're from last year, but they're probably okay. You have to hide all the wrappers, Jeffy. What's also nice about the Halloween candies, they come in those variety packs. So you get a bunch of different little things at the same time. Wonderful, wonderful. They fit in a purse really nicely. I used to be big on Hershey's Kisses, but I don't know how I feel about them anymore, and I haven't had one for years. Oh wow, Judge Khan says, we've got one here that's called a Bertie Beetle. They were something of an Australian legend because you could only get them at the Royal Show, which is like a state fair. Cypress D says, I gotta go, but the mushrooms look great. Good luck with everything, and good night. Thank you, Cypress D. Have a great night. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Have a wonderful evening and the rest of your week. Ooh, thank you. Thank you, Judge Khan, for the visual aids. Birdie Beetle. Birdie Beetle? Oh my gosh. It's from Wonka. That does not look like good chocolate, first of all, Judge Khan. It looks like, yeah, it looks like the cheapest Easter chocolates you could have. The ones that are like, you can get a 2-pound chocolate bunny, that's solid. Oh, Justin Jeffy says, I get so disappointed when a lot of kids actually show up on Halloween because then I have less leftover candy to eat afterwards. How awful is that? I like those little snack bags of like Lay's potato chips. That might be my favorite thing, a favorite Halloween treat. What's a Hershey's Hugs, Slat Studio? I've never had a Hershey's Hugs. Yeah, Hershey's Kisses have like kind of a weird flavor because I think they were originally formulated to resist melting or something. Is that like a real thing? I don't know. Okay, Judge Khan says, yeah, they're not great. Everyone remembers them fondly because you could buy a Birdie Beetle show bag for like $5, get about 20 chocolates, which is great when you're 7 years old. Yeah, oh my gosh. It's that type of chocolate. Okay, so the Hershey's Hug is 2 types of chocolate. So it's the same Hershey's Kiss, but just 2 types of chocolate swirled together. Okay, I've had those. Okay, white chocolate with milk chocolate center and milk chocolate swirls. Okay, gotcha. I'm not a huge fan of white chocolate, but I have had those, I'm sure. Huh. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm very behind on my chocolates. Oh, so that's the problem with this layer. Yeah, this has to be darker. So it is dark. Oh, this has to be multiply. Oh, that looks terrible. Yes, yeah, Blaholtzen. Yeah, I think that's what I've heard too. Hershey's uses some kind of chocolate technique that produces butyric acid as a side effect. So that's kind of why they have a bit of an odd flavor. That's kind of okay, but like I definitely don't have a hankering for them. I don't think. Butyric acid is also in vomit. Oh no. Anyway, it says this is no longer an art stream, it is a food stream. Must research cool American Doritos and Bertie Beetles. Bertie Beetles. Yeah, it's just ooh. Yes, therefore there's water. Yes, also there's water in vomit. Oh wow, Joe's here for you says, English people informed me more than once the Hershey's is bad because they make their chocolate by curdling the milk. Not sure how true this is, but English like to let me know about this. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, it's definitely its own flavor, and if you like it, you like it. But I probably haven't had a Hershey's Kiss in, like, I don't know, like 10 years or something, probably. I thought England was supposed to be known for good chocolate, but then I hear that their Cadbury, their little mini eggs aren't any good. So I don't know what to believe now. And of course, like Belgium is known for chocolate. I suppose is Germany known for chocolate? Oh, cool. Slash Studio says Hershey's Kisses are really good on peanut butter cookies. I've had that type of cookie, Slash Studio, and you're absolutely right. Eating with, you're not a fan of Hershey's, too bitter? Yeah, German and Swiss chocolate tends to be super smooth. Speaking of Lindt. Okay, so England does have good chocolate joes here for you? Okay. Oh, just a Jeffy Cadbury factory. Oh, that it smells really good. Edith with you like Lindt chocolate? I like those Ritter. They got those Ritter chocolate bars that have biscuit. You can get ones with biscuit on them. Those are really, really, really good. And they have other stuff, like they even have like cornflakes ones. They have like ones with hazelnuts and stuff. I'm a big fan of that chocolate. I don't know. I think Ritter might be Swiss. Swiss chocolate. That's another place that's supposed to have good chocolate. Those bars are nice. I'm actually not a huge fan of Lindt chocolate. I find it well, I mean, I don't like their milk chocolate. Like, you know those little Lindt balls you get that are wrapped in foil? I'm actually not a huge fan of that because it's a bit sweet. Oh. Okay, Joe's here for you. Says, from Wiki, Britty Beetle is a small chocolate bar manufactured by Nestle. It consists of a chocolate-coated bar containing small pieces of honeycomb that is shaped like an anthropomorphized beetle. It was originally created as a way to use up honeycomb left over from the production of Violet Crumble bars. Oh, oh God. Okay, now I'm making the drops too big. That's fantastic. Joe is here for you. That's amazing. So what we're getting, so a Britty Beetle is made of Violet Crumble byproducts. That's amazing. It's amazing. Oh no. Yeah, are there Girl Scout cookies in the EU? Fogs Green asks. Yeah, I wonder about that. Maybe that's one of those import things. Again. Oh, Ritter, you've never seen them, Blaholza. No Thin Mints. In Europe, Judge Khan says, I've heard the center of the Kit Kat is made of crushed, defective Kit Kats. That sounds really macabre, but it's not. I actually really appreciate when you know, companies will reuse things and recycle them or whatever, repurpose. Some companies make chocolate covered chocolate. Neon Totem. Oh, okay, Blaholton also says, I also agree that most American sweets I've tried were worse than any more local equivalent. I guess a lot of times what they're trying to do is they're trying to cater for like what the local tastes are. Well, like the drops have gotten much big. They just keep getting bigger. Why are they getting bigger and bigger? Stop it! Stop making them so big. Oh, it's 10:30. Wow, time flew, you guys. Oh, I can see so many ways I need to fix this, but we did get some stuff done. Just as a review of what we've been working on today. I've got these mushroom cluster concepts for creatures in the game Hollow Heart, and I'm using This Is My Guide line, guide, just guide. Here, I will definitely need to do a lot of work to separate these things out. I'll be doing that off stream. Here are the other concepts for another type of monster in the game. This is going to go in a very fungus and mushroom-filled environment. And then infected crabs. Yeah, Blaholtzen, I like the cookie part in Oreos, but I'm not a huge fan of Oreos. I don't mind like the weird cream stuff in Oreos, but I can't abide, the double stuff Oreos or whatever. But I wouldn't mind the biscuit part. Those are kind of nice. Oh, Goemon Summer, I'm glad you like the crabs, yeah. We're going to be doing the muffin crab. Well, I'm going to be doing the muffin crab. That's kind of left middle. Crabs are fun to draw. They're really great. They're delicious, too. Oh, mocha latte Oreo, Dave says. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not opposed to I'm not opposed to sandwich cookies. Yeah, I'm not super huge on the Beholden's true. The thing that the candy I probably like the least is candy corn. That's something that just is weird and I don't understand that because it doesn't taste like anything but sugar. Either way, I think those are American Smarties because in Canada Smarties are a chocolate with a candy shell like M&Ms, but I mean not M&Ms. Yeah, but like regular M&Ms, but they taste better. That's what Canadian Smarties are. Swedish fish Oreo neon totem? What on earth? The candy corn, it's called Indian corn too. It's candy / Indian corn is evil and very, very nasty. I don't get that one. I almost feel like it's something like the corn syrup people just came up with to get rid of excess corn syrup. Oh, Justin Jeffrey says, I don't know if I should expect muffin crab to taste like crab or taste like muffin. It would probably taste amazing. It would probably be like one of those like bay biscuits you can get at Red Lobster that are really good. Oh, but they'd have like chunks of crab in it. Joe's here for you. I've never had any other type of Oreo. I only was really aware that they had the white ones with like the white cookie. Like the white cookie sandwich cookie. I had no idea Oreos were such a thing. Oh, the Smarties you get generally only found on Halloween says made in Canada. Are they the chocolate covered? The candy covered chocolate ones? Eat with? Justin Jeffrey, is Red Lobster still a thing? I think it is. I love it. It's kind of junky seafood, but I love seafood so much. It was like my favorite restaurant to go to when I was a kid. It was like the thing. And those biscuits are amazing, and they still are. Okay. Enough of that. We are going to, we're going to exit out of this. We should be on Big Julia View right now. And I'm going to save. Actually, wait. I'm just going to save my biome stuff. You're just supposed to see probably just me. As I say, okay, good. Yes, you can. Chalk type candy, not like M&Ms or Smarties. Oh no. Oh no. Joe's here if he says Red Lobster's still alive, though they shut down a whole bunch of restaurants. Reduced the menu, and I think this new CEO resigned. They're still here, too big to fail. I have a soft spot for Red Lobster. I love it. I love the biscuits. I love the garlic shrimp. I love the grilled shrimp that they do. I like their rice piaf. I like their salads. I like everything about it. Yes, dipping lobster tail into copious amounts of melted butter. Yeah, now we have a place called Captain's Boil, which I think is like a Chinese company potentially, and they do amazing seafood. So that objectively it tastes better, but it's always going to be a place in my heart for Red Lobster. Okay, we're going to move on to Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. So let me get that queued up. Although before we do that, I'm going to put myself on mute and I'm going to eat my snack. Is there anything I can show you guys before that? Is there anything you can look at? I might show the trailer, but that's not going to give me enough time to eat food. Hold on. I will get myself set up to just eat this stuff really quickly. There's not a lot in here. I'll put the trailer on so you can see. This is as good a time as any to introduce myself. Welcome to Crimson Tuesday. I'm Julia Minamata. I'm making the Crimson Diamond. Well, I'm not making it literally tonight, but I am making it at some point. And it's a graphical mystery adventure game, and you will see the trailer, what that means. And I'm trying to make it friendlier to play than some of the old stuff. And if you've never played the old stuff, I think it's still playable for people who are not used to this type of a game. It's got a text parser interface, which is my favorite type of thing. And there's a musician who's making sound and music for the game on a Roland MT32, so it's going to sound and look like one of the old like Sierra type games basically. But I will show the trailer. I'm going to eat some fruit, and then we're going to get going on the Let's Play. So let me pause this music. Let me turn my mic down, and then I will put the trailer on. So stay tuned. Right, stay tuned, I guess.
Crimson, Ontario was once a prosperous, lively mining town. But that was a long time ago. Now it's quiet, nearly deserted, and some folks aim to keep it that way. Nancy Maple is an aspiring mineralogist assigned to follow the trail of a dazzling diamond. An intriguing cast of characters has converged under one roof, each meaning to get their own way. Or else. Will Nancy untangle the mysteries and machinations before it's too late? Will the sleepy town of Crimson shine once more? Find out in The Crimson Diamond, an upcoming adventure game by Julia Minamata. The Crimson Diamond demo is available on Steam and itch.io for Windows PC and Mac OS.
Okay, I'm just going to catch up on chat real quick. Slash Studio, have a wonderful night. It's always good to see you. And you can buy the Red Lobster biscuit mix in the store, and I have not tried it, but I have been mightily tempted. Yeah, there's something about Necco Wafers Fogage Green that I find pretty appealing, but they're pretty bland. Eating with you didn't care for your lobster at Red Lobster. Yeah, it's probably better to cook yourself. And maybe the season that you get it in as well can make a difference. Arabello asks, how far are you into the game? The demo is the first chapter of 7 chapters. I'm going to release the rest of the game in its entirety, and I'm working on chapter 5. I'm about 30% through chapter 5 right now. So. Oh yeah, I just had like half like a little tangerine orange, and a slice of apple and a slice of pear. But that'll get me through Castle Brunwald. And then we're gonna get started really soon. Yes, and it was something healthy, like it was exactly fruit. Oh, yeah, there are other locations in Toronto. There's the Bay and Dundas Red Lobster, just a Jeffy, which I used to enjoy quite a bit. But yeah, I wonder if it's really around in other places. Okay. Let us switch over to the Let's Play. Excuse me, oh my goodness. Where is it? Of course I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Great. This is exactly where we left off. Just as a background, I had to replay a lot of the Castle Brunwald area because I forgot to pick something up in an earlier location that had since become inaccessible to me. So I backtracked, and now we are caught up, and we are ready to play the game. I'm still following a walkthrough because I just want to get through Castle Brunwald. It's a bit tiresome to kind of collide with the guards and just figure out exactly the responses you need. Although, of course, if you fail to figure out what they want, you can fight them, and that's another way to get through it. So it's not completely impossible, but I did get to experience some of that, and I'm like, let's move on. Let's move on with this. And I need to turn the desktop audio down because it is a bit loud, so I'm going to turn that down. And we're gonna get into it. Just a Jeffrey no takers for the Wonder Bar. I should just get one and just to have it on stream next week. So here we are. We have with painting latest have combo. So this is where we are. Yeah, so that's the dog. Okay, now we have to get back to the art gallery. So I'm gonna check out my walkthrough. Okay. I do like the lighting in this. It's really nice. That's kind of funny that they have a single gray pixel up at the top left. Yeah, there is just yeah, it's a happy. Look at this thing. It's gonna be here for a while, eating this giant roasted boar. Okay. Indie. Okay. Let's go. Okay. Okay, Brunwald Castle. Okay. Open file cabinet and pick up pass. Okay, exit the door and go downstairs. Got it. Yeah, it's really cute that they took a lot of care here. I think the noise is him chewing. Grr. Yeah, I think it's his mouth, but it's so they do make it cute. I mean, this dog looks terrifying. Okay, exit and go downstairs. Okay. Exit the room and go downstairs? Uh-oh. Where's the downstairs? Okay, downstairs. Yes, the eating noise, yes. Dearvoy says, I wonder if there was a single gray pixel there to mark the 0, 0 selection of they were moving and they forgot to erase it. He doubles as a Roomba. The doggy. Yeah, dog chewing noises. I mean, with MIDI, it's kind of hard to tell what that's supposed to be. Okay, walk left. Down at the junction. Left at the corner, sure. Continue left and open the door at the end of the hall to enter the art gallery. Okay. This is it. We're going to get to go into the vaults now. It's fantastic. Favorite room, bar none. Especially in EGA. Oh my gosh. It's the best. It's the best. Okay. Here's the okay. Save time. Okay, so this is definitely no longer true. So now this is art gallery have combo. There's a bit of a lag, that's why the typing is not good. Okay. Continuing onward. Continue left, open the door. Okay, so push. Oh, push this one. Open the vault. That's nice, so you don't have to do anything. I use the combination, look at that. Painting, door. Okay, so let's look at this painting. This is the one that we had to take from our father's house. This one looks like a painting of the Grail. Excellent. That's it. Okay. To find the correct Grail, refer to the notes you hopefully made when you read the inscriptions in the Venice catacombs. Yeah, the notes I made. Okay, hold on. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to restore that part. So, let's do that. Give me one moment. I will make a note. Need paper. Okay. Need pencil. Okay. So let's, this is the part we needed, so let's look at this. Okay. I think I already made these notes, but I don't have them with me right now. Okay. Cable, Coderoli, Journal, Byzantine Merchant. Okay, so either one of these. Cable by Coderoli or Journal by Byzantine Merchant. So let's load this one. Yay. Okay, so let's find the correct, okay. Oh my gosh, this is really complicated. Can I use the Grail book? This explanation, I'm so glad I've got a walkthrough here. Okay. So this time you have to refer to the actual Grail diary that was included with the actual game. Okay. The letter from Stahl. Okay. One description will say that the Grail glows. Okay, so okay, give me a second. I'm just going to Alt Tab out of this. I'm going to keep you there, but I do have the in-game the PDF of the actual Grail diary. I'm just going to take a quick peek at that, and actually also let the web captioner catch up. Okay. Indiana Jones, this one. Okay, sorry, one moment. So glad I have a walkthrough. Okay. Gosh, it's 66 pages. Oh no, is this the one that's in oh no, it's one in cursive. No, I think I have, wait, I have one that's not in cursive. Give me a second. I know you can't see it, don't worry about it. It's not really worth seeing. Just enjoy this picture of the vault. Why? What do I have? Oh, okay, never mind. So I don't need to check this right now. Okay, okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. So, okay, it says here, there are two accounts in the Grail diary about what Grail it is, and so one will say the Grail glows, the other description won't mention any glow. And so if I'm looking at this picture of this Grail picture, and apparently this changes in the game, where if it's not glowing here, so I got the glow. Got glow painting. This is very complicated. Okay. Okay, so for instance, the cable from Coderoli might say it glows. The journal from the Byzantine merchant might say it doesn't glow, just as an example. And now that we look at this picture in the vault, the painting in the room will either show the Grail with a glow or without a glow. If the Grail in the painting glows, the description in the diary which mentioned the glow is the correct one. If it doesn't glow, the other description is correct. So for us, the Grail is glowing, so whichever one of those two accounts, either the cable from Coderoli or the Byzantine merchant's account, the glow is the correct description. Yeah, so I'd say this is a nice glow. Does he actually say it's glowing? Looks like I'm painting of the Grail. He doesn't, but I can say that. I think it's fair to say to Mouse Miss, you're right. Okay. Make a note of the correct Grail. Okay. That's fine, I guess. So let's close this, because, we're like that. Pull this back. That's nice that they had like a couple of frames of animation for that. Where it was when it was further back, it was like a redraw or something. Okay. Open the okay. Walk right to return to the maze. Lovely, lovely. Walk right to the junction. Up to the corner. Left at this corner. And up. Open the door on the left. Use IndieWare. There's a lot of costume changes in this. Okay, use IndieWare. Oh no. Okay. Exit the room, go downstairs. Okay. Did anyone finish this without a walkthrough? I guess it's not impossible. Walk right down to the corner, right through the doorway, to the entrance room. Go through the doorway at the top left corner. Return to the maze. Walk down, right at the junction. Oh boy. And up. Open the first door on the right to enter the kitchen. Again with the kitchen. Fill the stein. Okay, save. Okay. 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 Oh, whoops. Actually, I wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to fill the trophy with the keg. That's fine. I like how it takes longer. Okay, now I'm going to save it again so I don't forget. Okay. Exit kitchen. Go down. Left to the corner. And up. Okay. Go through the right doorway back to the maze. Oh my goodness. What fun. Top right doorway? What? Go through the entrance and go through the top right doorway. Oh, this one. Okay. Walk left to the corner. Oh boy. Up to the corner. Left to the okay, the second floor. This is definitely, if I was playing this back in the day, I would have given up, I'm pretty sure. Use gray uniform. I wish that they would have the music that goes along with the Nazis on that when he changes into the Nazi uniform. I'm just gonna save over this. It's very elaborate. Rasmus, yeah. Oh, go upstairs. Okay, okay, you go through the doorway to return to the maze. Walk down the corner, right down. Okay, we basically have to get back to the third floor. I can't wait to get out of this castle. Okay, walk left to the corner. Down at the junction. Oh no. No. Oh wow, that's nice though. I went here by accident. I wasn't supposed to come here. Not much to look at. Very funny. Okay, down to the junction. Left to meet Bill. Oh look, it's Bill. That's nice. Yeah, no question. No one questions why Indy talks in English. Yeah, moon logic. Yeah, I thought the exact same thing, Eden Wave. Yes. So here's Bill. Offer an item. Select the trophy. I wonder if you offer him the Stein, what will happen? Can I see if what happens? Oh, so they have a Stein picture. I barely tasted that thimbleful. Oh, what happened? That's a failure? Yeah, he doesn't like that. Okay. No one is. I figure he talks like I figure he talks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Even though, anyway, I'm just gonna fight him for fun. Because I just wanted to see what would happen if we gave him the thimbleful of beer. Yes. Okay. Yes. Oh my gosh! Really? I have to do the. That's the worst part of dying. One moment, please. Section 1, row R, column 3. I just wanted to see what he would do. Now I gotta go through copy protection again. Column 3. E, I, triangle, and K. Oh wow, okay, Joy's here for you says, they basically bring this guy back in Fate of Atlantis. I believe he does have an Arnold-esque voice. Whoa. Okay, well, that's just my, fault for... wanting to just try something. I know I have to get up to the... I think I know where I need to go, so I'm just gonna go there. I say that now. There's all these rooms I just don't go into. What happens if I just go into them? Just nothing? I do like this boot sound though. It sounds very booty. I mean, it kills me I'm not going through any of these doors. Okay, we did go through that door. I want to break in and steal all the stuff. We talked about break-in houses. How good would it be to break into all these Nazi houses, Nazi rooms? Okay, now we know where Bill is. Cool. Okay, fine. Give Bill the trophy. Might be the small drum and MIDI, Rasmus. Yeah, I think that's probably the case. Okay, offer trophy. So did they do? Oh, yeah, they did do different. So yeah, they anticipated you would try the Stein. Okay, that's taking way longer than it ought to, and he's got dribbling it most of it down his shirt. I like he's got that anchor tattoo. Wow. That was hick good, but I'm still... I can't do a German accent. I don't even know I'm trying. Oh no, really? Yay! Biff the Nazi's health. Okay. Right. Nothing on him. It's not just... Yeah, that was quaffing, Judge Kanya. Quaffing, I think a certain percentage of the liquid has to be spilled. Right in the belly button. Okay. We did it. Punch him once. Walk left to the junction, down to the corner, meet the guard. Oh my gosh. Halt. See, I'm in official business. This guy looks very official. May I pass? Transfer today, new orders. Certainly do have top secret clearance. Yeah, Biff the Nazi's health sounds like an instruction, Davor, doesn't it? Okay, walk to the, I don't want to walk to the left of the corner. I wanna go in all these rooms. I know they're just cookie cutter rooms. What's the harm? Okay. Walk left. Go. Okay. Room with blue. Ooh, look at this couch. Ooh. What is? Windows. There's a silver key here. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 10 pixels of key. Very easy to miss. The couch is not a thing. Fine. Pick up silver key. We'll save it. You kind of look like Biff from Back to the Future. Hasta la vista, baby. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if any of the Nazis would have... I guess the Nazis would have Austrian accents. I don't know. Some of them, maybe. I think this one was also an old one. Got silver. Speaking of Nazis, or speaking of Austrian accented Nazis, there's something called the Ontario COVID Science Table, that and the head of the Ontario COVID Science Table is a guy named Dr. Richard Juni, I think, and he sounds exactly like Christoph Waltz from Inglourious Basterds, and it's amazing. So I don't know if Christoph Waltz has an Australian German accent, or if Richard Juni does, but it's really amusing to hear. Okay, play. Okay. Exit the room, return to maze. Just a Jeffy. Thank you, I appreciate it. Accidentally clicked away from the stream, went to somebody else's stream for a few minutes. While I was there, I spent all my time promoting this stream. I appreciate it, although I don't know if this is that exciting for people, what we're doing here. Walk down the corner, right to the corner. Go through... Oh, we already went through all those. Walked right to the up the corner. Left to see the 3 doors. One of the doors has red wires hanging on top of it. Walk down the corridor, right up the corridor, and left to see 3 doors. Walk towards the doors to see a closer view. What? Oh. Oh, interesting. One has red wires, while the other 2 won't have wires. Approaching the door with the red wires and unlock it using the silver... These aren't red wires, though. These are green wires. Okay. Do they mean green wires? Okay, yeah, none of these have one. Can I open these? I just need to. It's locked. I want to use. I want to. I want to. Want to. Want to. Yay! I just want to see what's in here. Ooh. Ooh, 75 marks. I feel like this is like breaking houses, just like we were talking about. Fantastic. Is this gonna make me like lose the game if I steal more money? Judge Khan says, could the guide be referencing the 256 color version where the colors might have been changed? Yeah, I assume so, Judge Khan, because yeah, I'm not seeing like anything else. I'm just gonna save it here as something else because I might have like, what if you're not supposed to steal the extra money and it's bad? Stole 75 marks. I want as much money. I want the money. Uh-oh, how do I get out of here? Yeah. Okay, I relocked it. That's what you do when you're clever. Pillage the castle, we won't tell anyone. Surely they wouldn't punish me. Ooh, what is? Okay, nothing. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Nothing. Okay, that's fine. Of course I'm relocking, Mousimus. Absolutely. The perfect crime. Yes, I'm sure India puts a stolen money in a museum or something. Yeah, yes. Okay, so this is where we need to go. Unlock it using the silver key. You can look at the wires. I think they're part of the alarm system. Okay, so we have to make Vogel appear. And after that, we can give him Grail Diary or the old book to Vogel. There are advantages and disadvantages. If you give the Grail Diary to him, there's a short Berlin section to get through first before reaching the airport. Though Indy can get the useful signed pass item this way, which helps the roadblocks later on. On the other hand, if you give the old book to him, you will skip the Berlin section completely, but have more trouble at the roadblocks. Offer one of these items to Vogel, and Indy and Henry will be taken to the first floor. I don't like the idea of roadblocks. And I don't mind a Berlin section. I want to visit Berlin. Yeah, both of them just do different things, and like neither of them are more expedient. I don't know, Joe's here for you. I want to see Berlin. I hear very nice things about that city. So I'm gonna save it. Give Grail book or old book. But who wants to give the? It seems really stupid to give the Grail Diary, doesn't it? I really feel like I shouldn't give him the Grail Diary. Edenwaith recommends the Berlin route. Berlin is beautiful this time of year in EGA. It just seems wrong giving him the Grail Diary. What if I just try to open this door? It's locked. Okay. Wow, every single light is going berserk. Whoa. Oh, look, it's Henry Jones Sr. Okay. The machine gun indoors, Master yeah, very smart. Oh. His beard is so cute. He looks so cute. Henry Jones Sr. Yeah, it's masterful. Oh, okay. I don't want to give the Grail Diary, but I've been recommended to go this way, so we're gonna give the Grail Diary. Because that's kind of what happens, doesn't? That's kind of what happens in the movies. They get the Grail Diary. No, no. By this time, no, we get the Grail Diary later, right? Because is this the part where Elsa Snyder takes the Grail Diary? It is, right? Yeah. Aww. Oh my gosh, this is so sweet. Oh, it's so sweet. Okay, so Christoph Waltz. Uh, with senior. Okay. Okay, so okay. Great. We can't. What's to Henry? Oh my gosh. So okay, look at this. So we can play as either Indy or Indy. I mean, or his dad. This is so cute. Okay. Oh wow. Pull. Okay. So we can push and pull. We can't walk. Look. Okay. Look. Okay, what is chairs? There's no, we can't see rope. We can't, I guess it's funny because from where he's sitting he couldn't see his dad. Oh, push chairs. It's funny. So if I'm Henry, would I pull the chairs? That's funny. Oh, that's great because I'm now in front. Can we open the door? What is? Open door. To Indy. Okay. Well, I know I kind of was like kind of saw what I needed to do in the walkthrough, so I'm just gonna kind of do it, I guess. All right, so let's see. Pull the chairs to move the right over to the mark. So this is where we need to do the marks. Wow, this is gonna take a while. Oh my gosh. 8. I feel like this is number 10. Oh my gosh, really? No lighter, huh? Oh my gosh. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, guys. Oh my gosh. I like the shadow of the candelabras on the table. Those are kind of nice. Oh my gosh. I can't believe they're making me do so much of this. Why is this so far away? Why is it so far away? Can we have to do this when the back of both chairs is resting on the mark that we made? Are you kidding me? How would you know this? So okay, if we didn't do that thing with the axe to make it fall down and make the marking on the rug, would we just be stuck? Oh, you can. Oh, Arabella says you can use a keyboard shortcut for the pull verb. It's not. It's not. Okay, it's Q actually. Oh my god. Oh wait. No, I wanted push. Okay, pull. You're right. It's A. You're absolutely right. Arabella, thank you. Okay, thank you. That's your lifesaver. Thank you. Oh no, you're watching a playthrough of this? And there was a bug? Oh no. Yeah, this one is definitely A. Oh my gosh. You guys. Okay. Okay. Stop moving. The chair needs to be pulled 55 times before reaching the correct spot. Thank you, Arvello. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Duo on Summit. We can expect a chapter in the Crimson Diamond where Nancy's tied to a chair, has to slowly pull herself across the longest room. Yeah, it's going to take 55. As a tribute to this game, it will take 55 pull commands to get to where you need to be. That was a great idea. Oh. That sounds terrible. Got free. Got gree. Got gree. And Judge Con, I am seeing Sean Connery's voice, or hearing it in my head when every time Henry Jones Sr. says something. Storyboard Snitch, it's good to see you, by the way. Okay. And we already actually did this, didn't we? We pushed the statue before. Nice. Let's go. Fantastic. Oh, yay. Oh. Oh, where's his umbrella and where's his briefcase? Oh, where's his beard? You don't see his beard straight on. Really? Okay, are we done here? Okay, walk right and use the motorbike. Fantastic. I guess there's not gonna be a chase scene. Okay. Gonna ride in motorcycle. So this is nice. So this is, I feel like we're now free of Castle Brunwald, which is very exciting. And next time I play this with you guys, I will not be looking at the walkthrough. I'm gonna put that to bed now. Yeah, and Joey's here for you. The lighting effect on this game is tremendous. So actually, I gotta put latest. Latest. Okay. Yeah, this is really, really, really nice. Like this, that subtle effect, and that weird sound that it makes. Yes, auf Wiedersehen, Castle Brunwald. We won't miss you. I know. I don't need to hear that anymore. Okay. We are now going to, we're going to raid someone. We're going to find out someone to raid. It's probably going to take me 5 minutes to find someone. Thank you guys so much for your patience. Thank you. We have braved Castle Brunwald, which apparently is something that people give up on, and I fully understand, if you're trying to get through that with no walkthrough. Robot Spacer's here for you. Robot Spacer still on. Joe's here for you. Fantastic. Oh my goodness. I could not be more excited to watch Robot Spacer play some Chronos Bequest. It's so funny that Retrograde Tom was just playing it on the weekend and now Robot Spacer is the best. So this, okay, just as a brief introduction before we get to the rating. The Chronos Bequest, huge inspiration for me, of course. Text parser, mystery game, EGA, SCI 0. I don't even know how to say that properly. SCIO or SCI 0 engine, Sierra graphics. Agatha Christie type of, all centered around one location with some outside area as well. I mean, this is basically how I've structured the Crimson Diamond. So I'm overjoyed to see that people have a lot of affection for this game still and are playing it still, and I'm hoping that the same people will enjoy the Crimson Diamond as much. Retrograde Tom has said that he's one of those people who doesn't want to play the demo, who just wants to play the full game when it comes out. So I got to get on that at some point. But yeah, it's super encouraging to watch people enjoy these games. And also, every time I look at this game, watch people play it, I learn something new. Just about game design or just even the art. There's so much to see. Good. Okay, updating his map. Oh my gosh, it's musically inspired. Good to see you as well, of course. Thanks for dropping by to say hi. Good to see you. Good to see you. Wonderful. Yeah, so next week, I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll do something. It could be another art stream, and we'll get back to more painting. Although I might be painting environments then or something. I don't know. But it could be art related with a bit of Berlin in the Last Crusade, or it might be with Dan, and we might do some confrontation music potentially. So we'll see. We don't know. But happy Crimson Tuesday to everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I should get into this habit. Thank you so much to my Patreon patrons as well for your support. It's a really huge help. So thank you. And we're gonna take a look at Robot Spacer. So let me load this up on my computer to raid. When is Dan back? Just a Jeffy asked. Good question. Oh, Evil Tentacle, good to see you. Lurking while working. Perfect. I love to hear that. Judge Khan, thank you for coming. I'll see you when I see you. Rebello, thank you so much for coming as well. I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I always get a bit self-conscious because I want to make sure people are having a nice time and that it's interesting enough for people to hang around, and I want to give a positive experience. I want to share a positive experience with you guys, so it's really nice to know that you feel that way. Okay, so let's get into Twitch. And check out Robot Spacer playing one of my favorites. I mean, gameplay-wise, I don't think it's the greatest game, but it has to be one of my favorites. It means a lot to me. Let's see here. I never know how to do this properly. Robot Spacer is here. Great. So, thank you for being here, everyone. You think that the design is underrated, Dave? Well, yeah, I think it did a lot of really cool things. Just raid. Okay. Still hearing the thunder. Oh, I thought I muted that, but I guess I, Here, I'll mute the desktop audio. Okay. Sorry about the thunders. I should have closed it, but I didn't get around to it. Okay. So, let me get to my own channel, because I do this weird thing where I never do this part properly. I always raid on the iPad and then try to do it on the move over to the PC, and it's never synced out properly. Yes, Justin Jeffy, good to see you. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Wonder Bar offer still stands. I might just pick one up at some point during the week. Okay, we're gonna raid Robot Spacer. Oh, before we do that, raid message will be. Oh my gosh. I can see why I don't do this on my computer. It's really chugging. Maybe I'll close DOSBox. Like, the DOSBox is that heavy. Okay. Raid message will be Crimson Diamond Raiders. Love the Colonel's bequests. And hearts and hearts and emojis. So that's our raid message. Crimson Diamond Raiders. Love the Colonel's bequest. I'm gonna raid on here. Raid Robot Spacer. Great. Great. Thank you again, you guys, for hanging out, and have a wonderful rest of your week. I keep saying it, but I mean it. Musically inspired. Catch you later. Thank you so much for stopping by. Good to see you. Hopefully Dan will be around next week, and you can catch him. Great. Okay, we're all set. I'm gonna raid now. Everyone's all set. See you there.